man's dream. Okay. Meh, meh, meh.
Says setting up your meeting for redirecting to YouTube. Here we go. It's exciting.
It's very exciting. Can't see.
I don't see nothing happening yet. I don't know. It might be on right now, for all I know.
In case we are on. It's not coming up on.
I think we're on.
We're on.
Hello, everybody.
Buddy.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy. What's going on, buddy?
Wow, quite a delay here. Hold on.
Is there?
Start a Q&A or poll. There, all right. All right. There we go. We see people. People are saying stuff.
They are?
Look at that. Look at that. They're jumping in. It's hot and heavy.
Wow. Okay. I should put my glasses on. Hi, everybody. How are you? Welcome to the show. We're live. It's a Monday. It's Monday, right?
Episode 62 on a Monday.
Episode 62. Here we are. Everybody's chiming in already. Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I don't know what to say yet.
Well, we could just start talking. We could just start. I've got stuff. I've got things. I've got notes.
Sean's got notes and stuff. He's going to lead this conversation. We'll get to stuff. So,
did you happen to watch any of the Jimmy Kimmel last week with Jiminy Glick and Martin Short hosting? And
I just saw some little things. Like I saw the clip of him doing Bill Hader.
Yeah,
which was good. I know the guy who does that makeup, Kevin Haney.
I love that character, man.
Do you?
Oh, yeah. Tell me about your life. And then he'll go way down here. You know, he's so extreme. It's like, yeah, I was dying on the Bill Hader one. He was killing Bill Hader. He couldn't keep a straight face.
Oh, that's great. I love that Bill Hader laughs so much. He laughs through almost every interview he does.
Yeah, I think, the thing I find amazing is that Martin Short never cracks up. He stays the whole time.
Yeah,
like
he's a poison character.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah, good stuff.
Somebody wants to know if you've seen the new Hellboy makeup job yet.
I have not.
Some pictures leaked today of, I guess, the new guy playing Hellboy in the next movie.
Oh yeah, I didn't know they were doing another one. That's news to me.
It was news to me as well.
And how look
like a different dude in a Hellboy makeup. I mean, it didn't look anything like the Perlman makeup. It looked like somebody with a more normal, average face, in a Hellboy makeup.
Right. Wow. All right.
I would say
it's red, right?
It's still red. They got the color right.
Yeah.
But did you happen to see the new trailer or the follow-up trailer for Trap, the new M. Night film?
No.
Second trailer looks really good. It's got me intrigued for sure. Looking pretty good.
Pretty good.
May have a twist. I heard it might have a twist. I don't know.
Might have a twist.
But
we're getting so many questions. Sorry, guys. Hold off a little bit. Might want to hold off a bit on the questions.
Yeah, we'll try to get to questions best we can.
Catch up a little bit. So what have you been doing? Been doing lots of stuff. Go ahead.
Been doing stuff and things. Went to a concert by myself on Saturday night. Just decided last second. Went online. Saw if there was. I told myself if there's a really good seat available for a decent price, I'm going. And Nay's out of town, so I went to the Totally Tubular Festival at the YouTube Theater.
Okay, how was it?
It was totally tubular. I was able to grab a second row seat for like $180.
Wow.
And it was the Plimsolls, Tommy Two Tone, Bow Wow Wow, Annabelle's Annabella's Bow Wow Wow, so it was her this time. Last time I saw him was some other chick singing. The Tubes, Men Without Hats. You know, I love me some Men Without Hats. Modern English, Thompson Twins, and Thomas Dolby.
Nice. Nice. Wow.
Yeah.
Going
It was
back to
good.
did they open and close with 867-5309? Did they, how
No,
many times did they do that song?
no, there's so many bands that like some. I think Tommy Two Tone had a 3-song set list.
Wow.
Yeah, it was. In fact, I missed the Plimsolls, and I got there like 15 minutes after it started.
Oh, the
So,
Plimsoll good.
yeah, I wasn't too disappointed because it's only the original guitar player. It's not even the singer.
Oh, well then forget it.
Yeah. But Tommy Two Tone, of course, played Jenny. He seemed a little like he's seen better days. Bow Wow Wow.
You mean he looked weathered, or well, what's the deal?
He he sounded old and looked old, you know. Bow Wow Wow, Annabella sounded amazing, and she had tons of energy. Now, mind you, when they were hot, she was 14 years old, so she's, you know, not as old as a lot of these guys from the 80s.
Right.
The Tubes, Fee Waybill, it's no coincidence that Feeble sounds a lot like his name because he looked and sounded. I mean, he's walking out there. I mean, he's in good shape, like he's, you know, but
Right.
he looks like, and the voice is pretty shot. I mean,
Oh, that's too bad.
yeah, as soon as he pushes it. Men Without Hats. I mean, Ivan always sounds amazing. He jumps around like a teenager. He's great. Modern English were phenomenal. He sounded great. Thompson Twins, Tom Bailey stole the show, hands down. Was the best. I don't know. I love Thomas Dolby. No idea why he was the closer. It should have been Tom Bailey because Tom Dolby goes up there. It's literally him keyboard setup. It's no production value. Where Thompson Twins had this full stage thing with lights and fog and a real band, and it was much better.
Cool.
And dude, Thomas Dolby did 4 songs. 2 of them were covers.
Wow.
It's like, bro, he didn't even play my favorite song, which is Europa and the Pirate Twins. I was like, you kidding me?
Huh.
Hyperactive and Blinded Me with Science.
Everybody just did like a couple songs and that was it.
Well, the biggest set was the Thompson Twins guy. I think he did like 7 or 8 songs.
Right.
So, but everybody else, I think Men Without Hats did maybe 6. Bow Wow Wow did 4. You know, Modern English did 5. So, but you have that many bands, it kind of, I was okay with that. So,
right, sure, yeah, I wouldn't want.
We got a super chat here. Lee the Machine Bowers said, "Hey Sean and Chris, hope you all doing amazing. As for me, not so good. I got rear-ended and the person took off after hitting me. My biggest get off my lawn is people on their phones while driving. I'm okay, though my PTSD is acting up." Dude, believe me, when I got hit, I seriously had I was driving around all cautious. I mean, I've kind of got over it now.
Yeah.
It took me about 2 months, to really shake that when you just get hit by somebody out of nowhere.
Oh yeah, I've gotten in really terrible car accident. Well, actually, just one. I had this really bad. That's when the Mustangs came out, the retro Mustangs.
Mm-hmm.
They very first came out, and I had a black one, and it was badass, and it had mag wheels and the whole thing. And a person ran a red light, took my entire front end off, almost killed me. And for months and months, I had PTSD because of that thing. It was terrible. I feel for you, buddy. I'm sorry that you had such a bad day. Hopefully, it's better now that you're here hanging out with friends, chatting with people. Don't let that get you down. It's just another thing, another day. So
I see a lot of familiar faces here in the chat. I'm kind of skimming through here. I see Sevenson Studios are in the house. Calm Down Rich, Ryan Underwood, Todd Jara. Let's see. I'm shouting out familiar names. Matt Lucas.
and Colin Marty's here.
Colin Marty.
Colin Marty.
Classically Deceased,
Maggie's
Sawyer
here.
Smoke, Halloween
Maggie.
Daily News.
Yeah. Halloween Daily News is here. Lovely, Matt. Good job.
He's hoping you're going to drop some things he can pop on his site. Maggie Matter in the house. Maggie.
All right. Hi,
I
Maggie.
think I got something to say to you. Oh, anyway. Yeah, maybe it was one like that for a few people. I'm glad you got it. Boogeyman Ben in the house, coming around the bend. Yeah, my buddy Lawton Howell in the house.
Nice. Hi, Lawton.
See Lawton in next weekend, not this weekend, next weekend.
Nice.
Michael Johnson, the runner. He said he's got tickets to see Bow Wow Wow and Gene Loves Jezebel. Which Gene Loves Jezebel is? Is it Michael's or Jay's? Curious. Jay's is the superior Gene Loves Jezebel because he's got at least two of the guys in the band with him, where Michael's is just him. Those dudes need to put their shit aside and reform, because what made that band special was the both of them singing together. But
right.
Don't get me started. Don't get me started.
Don't get me started. So many people. Wow, you guys. Thank you so much. This is amazing. I'm so happy you're all here. And hopefully we can say hi to everybody and get to all you guys.
Yeah, let's see what else I can bitch about. Hold on, I got a list. Let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna throw a get off my lawn here. The last 4 times I've flown first class.
Yeah.
Right? And I don't fly first class all the time. I've been treating myself lately.
Right.
And the last 4 times there's been a friggin' baby in first class. There should be a no baby rule in first class.
I agree with you. I 100% agree.
I mean, it's like
children.
You're paying all. What's that?
No children at all in first class.
Nobody under 12.
Right. It's horse shit.
It is horse shit. I'm in full agreement. I'm just, it's like.
I went to Hawaii for a vacation once. Stephanie, I went to Hawaii for a vacation, and there were 2 babies, 2 little tiny kids in first class right next to us, climbing the walls the entire time. We were trying to get drunk and be on vacation, like, you're supposed to do. And they ruined it for us. And the woman just did not care. She just did not get a handle on those kids. Fucking drove me nuts. I have lots of get off my lawns, by the way.
Throw one out there. Throw one out there, my man.
Throw one out there?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me get my list, because I got a list. List.
I've got a list right here. I can throw another one while you're looking.
I got it.
Okay.
I have so many now. What is the deal with the ice bath craze? With everybody taking ice baths? I don't get it. What is the deal?
I didn't know there was a craze. This is a craze I didn't know about.
You didn't know about this?
Mm-mm.
Everybody jumping into ice baths. Do you guys know about this? The whole thing. Everybody's posting on Instagram and all over the place, and everybody's like jumping in an ice bath first thing in the morning, and it gets your metabolism up, and it wakes you up, and it does all this crazy shit. Everybody's jumping into ice baths.
I'm doing it.
I'm not doing it. I'm not jumping into a bath. I'm not doing it. I don't care. I don't care how beneficial it is. I don't care. I'm not doing it. It's fucking dumb.
I'm doing the ice bath right now. I'm gonna go live from the ice bath.
It's a craze. Yes, it's a craze. Justin Smith. No one's heard of this ice bath thing? Come on.
I think that's just you, dude. That's a Hollywood thing.
I guess it's just me. I guess it's a Hollywood thing. Okay, I got another one.
Okay.
Let's see. Okay, I got one. This bugs me, and it's going to offend a lot of the people.
Awesome. I love it. I like it already.
What is your deal with working out on Instagram? Like posting yourself working out, posting yourself lifting weights, or posting yourself doing like.
Yeah, seriously, man.
I find it terribly narcissistic.
What? Oh, I'm sorry. I was getting my,
What's the deal? What is the deal with posting yourself working out all the time? Drives me crazy. Maybe it's just making me feel bad about myself. Maybe that's it. But come on, man. Really? You got to post yourself pounding weights every day with a tank top on and your little fucking tight shorts? Come on.
Well, you know, the thing always crosses my mind when I see those posts is somebody really taking that photo for you, or did you set it up and put a timer? I mean,
Right.
and are people in the gym watching you do that and thinking,
Right.
what a douche?
Yeah.
You know?
Right. Yeah. Did you set your phone up over against some weights there and put the timer on and then jump on the bench and start fucking pounding shit? That's a lot of work to get yourself a video of working out. I don't know.
Seriously. Richie Drums sent a super chat and said, "What's up, dudes? Hey, you guys see the new trailer for Here? It looks killer. Long live the Oneaters." I have not seen. I haven't even heard of Here. Have you heard of that?
I haven't heard of it, but I've heard of the Oneaters, and I love
Yeah.
the Oneaters.
The Oneaters are the shit. Let's see. Yeah, we're starting to get people are talking. Holy crap! Trying to keep up with this. A super chat from Greg Harris saying should try to get Kane Hodder on the show. Why? I mean, you can go to any convention and talk to him for like 3 hours and ask him anything you want. I mean, I'd have Kane on, I guess. I don't know.
Sure.
You know, I mean, there's so many people we could have on. It's really a scheduling issue for us.
Every time I see that guy, he makes fun.
Every
time I see that guy, he makes fun of me.
Every time I see him, he tries to hit me as hard as he can, like on the back or something, just to remind me that he's strong and powerful.
Right.
Anyway, Ryan Korn, 666 super chat. I love where your head's at. Love your show. You guys are the only reason I'm on YouTube, and I got the new t-shirt design. Keep being you guys, and the horns and the pumpkin head. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Appreciate you.
Wow, we're getting super.
Oh my God. People are, Ben Davis retracted his message, but gave us $4.99. Ben, why would you do that, Ben? You had something to say. Classically Deceased. Hope you guys have a great 4th of July. Do you guys have anything planned for Thursday? It's supposed to be 108 degrees over here, sadly. Where are you at, Classically Deceased? Are you? Yeah, I don't remember where you live. Mike Wolf said, "Glad to have you back live, fellas. Hope all is well. Catch you at a con one of these days. Least favorite movie you've seen this year. Be well." Ooh. Oh boy. Least favorite. God,
that's hard. There's a lot of shitty movies.
I saw one last night.
Which was?
Well, okay. I don't want to totally shit on it, but it definitely does not deserve all the hype it's getting. That's In a Violent Nature.
Okay, I just watched that last night too.
Did you?
I did.
I could take that movie and edit it down to a cool 30-minute short. You know, it has no story. And okay, since you saw it, I don't want to say this on there, but were you thinking, remember the idea I had? I told you about my idea for
yes.
I was like, are you fucking kidding me? This movie did something that was along the lines of an idea I had that I ran by Chris. We'll talk about that later. Anyway, but there's just no plot. It's like you're playing a video game, walking behind the character. I thought the mask looked totally stupid. I thought it was cooler when the mask wasn't on. Had a couple good kills, but I mean, it's like, okay, remember the scene where he got the keys and he's playing with the little truck and he's all like a child? Ooh. Yeah. 2 seconds later, he's smart enough to rig up a thing to honk the horn. It's right. Like, he seemed like, like a simpleton, like, you know.
But Sean, the guy's a dead guy that came back from the dead.
I know, but it's like if you're gonna play him one way, stick to it. I mean, it's like
Right.
I don't know. I just thought it just dragged and dragged, and so the scene, like that whole last scene in the truck, just felt like we had to get this movie to a certain running time to get a theatrical release.
Yeah. I was not happy with the ending, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Thing was not satisfactory to me. I actually oddly didn't mind the movie. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it.
I didn't hate it. I didn't like it.
My buddy, I have a buddy who did the effects for it, and I thought he did a really great job. I love the big stone on the guy's head from the overhead shot. That was fantastic.
But the scene in the, like, whatever that logging plate with that thing that was cutting people.
Oh, the log splitter.
It was just stupid. Like, are we really going to sit in here and watch the? I mean, the effects.
It was gratuitous.
It was exactly what I don't like about the Terrifier movies. It's just lingering on gore too long. The head splat, killer, quick, awesome.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I just don't want to linger on the shit all day. You know.
Yeah. What do you think of the yoga kill?
Oh, it was ridiculous. It was ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
But it was. I give them an A for creativity.
Absolutely, 100%. I thought I didn't hate the movie. I actually thought it had some good stuff to it, and I thought it was neat in parts. And I also the whole time I kept thinking they could do something so much scarier. Like you could have really made that really scary. But I didn't mind it. I thought I went in with no expectations whatsoever, and actually I didn't mind it that much. It wasn't great.
Yeah, I just felt like it had so much potential to be something way better. Because it did work in certain areas, but it just felt it felt like it was rushed, like it wasn't fleshed out completely.
Right. I wanted to do a long time ago, like years ago, this is even before Walking Dead, I wanted to do a first person movie where it was from the POV of a person that turns into a zombie.
Mm-hmm.
The zombie walking around looking for food, and how they became a zombie. And I really wanted to do that like years ago. And
would still be fun.
It still would be cool. Yeah.
Oh, we didn't answer Classically Deceased's question about what we're gonna do for the 4th, if we have anything planned for the 4th.
It's gonna be 100 degrees here, and I'm gonna sit by my pool and probably eat pizza and drink booze and sit by my pool. That's what I'm gonna do. and maybe work a little bit. I'm working on something right now, so I have to here at home, so I have to work on something.
I'm probably just gonna sit at home. There is like a fireworks kind of thing where I think they have food vendors and stuff somewhere, maybe at Lake Mission Viejo or something. I might go check that out. Nae's in New York right now visiting her family. It's her dad's birthday. Was yesterday. So I'm kind of on my own. So I'm just hanging out working, trying to get some videos done. We got 350 people in the chat right now. That's awesome, guys.
Holy shit.
Let's see.
We need to hit the super chats.
Yeah, oh wow, I didn't realize there were so many. My bad. Let's see. Ben Davis, didn't you see the Ghost concert movie? I did. Well, I was at that concert. I haven't seen the movie, but I was at the concert that they filmed. So technically I saw it, but I didn't see all the stuff in between. I'm going to wait for streaming on that one. Lee the Machine Bowers, what's y'all thoughts on the new James Gunn Superman look? I mean, it looks like a Superman. I don't know.
It's like a baggy pants Superman.
I'm not a superhero guy at all, so
I'm such a huge fan of the Christopher Reeve Superman.
Yeah, same.
The first Christopher Reeve Superman. I honestly, you're never gonna get that good. You're just never gonna get that good. and I hope they do. I would like to see a good Superman movie. I like Superman. I just that movie to me hit such a chord and came at such a time in my life. Um, in 1978, being 10 years old and going to see that movie just opened my eyes, and I love it to this day, and it's a feel good movie for me. Um, so I don't know. I'll see it. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I have hopes. I have hopes.
More dumb to it said, hoping to meet you at Mad Monster, Arizona, and maybe a signed thing with two heads, 8x10s. Been sculpting a Gene the Demon bust for you, but it sadly won't be ready by then. Oh, you don't need to
Oh,
sculpt. That I appreciate it.
wow.
Um, I'll try to remember to bring some thing with two heads, 8x10s with me, for anybody who asks. But I probably wouldn't have otherwise. But I always have stickers. You can always count on me to have stickers.
Yes.
Um, I'm going through here. Somebody, Adam, I'm gonna just throw this one as it caught my attention. Adam the Axeman Wilson. Hey, Sean and Chris, curious to know if you both like the movie Slaughter High. Not only do I like Slaughter High, but I did a Horrors Hollow Grounds for it, which will be coming soon. It was shot in the UK.
Nice. I like Slaughtered High.
Yeah, it's so bad it's good.
Chet Zar's here. Chet Zar, the amazing artist Chet Zar is here.
I'm familiar with his work.
I have a couple of his originals. I love Chet. Everybody follow Chet. He's an amazing artist.
Norman must be calling people and saying, "Come watch me tonight." That's why Chet's here.
That's why Chet's here.
Let's see. Brandon G said Joe Rogan started the douchey ice plunge craze. Oh,
well, great. That makes me feel.
Thanks, Joe Rogan. Stevens Horror Crapped said, "Get off my lawn. I miss when the light turned green and I could just go. Now it's sometimes a 2-minute wait while you're behind some asshole on his freaking phone." Totally. Yeah, that drives me nuts. I'm constantly honking at people. I can always tell, too. Like, I'll look at them, and I'll see if their head's down. I'll be ready to fucking hit that horn. The second it turns green, if they don't move, I'm on it.
Yeah.
Because I'm a bitter old man. Batsy41. What's that?
So people not letting you, that was another get off my lawn, was like, when you're sitting there trying to turn right somewhere and it's traffic and that person could let you out, like they're just sitting there. They could let you out, but they just don't. They pull up right in front of you to keep you from pulling out. That's a dick move. Just let people go. I always let people go. It's karma.
I have a rule, one car rule. You know, so if there's a bunch of people trying to merge,
right,
I give one. But if that second person tries to inch, I'm like, motherfucker, I just gave one.
Yeah, that's a dick move. Yeah.
Wait your turn.
Yeah.
Batsy41 said, Sean, will you be in Montreal next week with Nick? Sadly, I won't. And he's probably going to be upset to hear that. I don't think he knows I'm not coming now. Horror fan, and he'll be on here soon. Uncle Nick will be here, and Norman Cabrera will be on here. Horror fan fanatic said, I went to Carolina Fear Fest and saw the girl from Night of the Comet, and she had no lines. I just remembered you guys talking about her being butthurt over the costume. Anyway, we're talking about anyway, love you guys and the show. I think you're talking about Kelly Maroney. She was upset because she wanted to buy her costume back, but I like Kelly. She's nice. She's a nice girl. I'm sorry she didn't have any lines, but I mean, that might be more of the show not having many attendees. Spooky Dude said, what did you both think of the new Nosferatu trailer? Are you both excited? You can start, Chris. I definitely have an opinion on this one.
I liked it. I'm not mad about it. I didn't mind it. I'm excited to see it. I like Robert Eggers movies, and I think he'll do a good job. I thought there was a lot of digital for me, a little too much digital going on for me, but overall, I'm excited about it. I want to see it. Yeah.
I was completely underwhelmed by that trailer. I like William Dafoe, I'm pretty sick of Skarsgård, to be honest with you, playing every monster out there and the Crow now and all this crap. I'm just over. I have zero expectations, which may make me like it better when I finally see it. But
Right.
yeah, no expectations. Jason Fisher, it's my birthday tomorrow, 3rd of July. Will be 54. Isn't today the first? So, oh, it'd be tomorrow. Well, that'd be in 2 days. I don't know where you're writing from. Maybe it's the second, wherever you are. Can I get a happy birthday from you guys?
Happy birthday.
That's a negative for me.
54. That's
No.
good.
Oh yeah, 54.
Happy birthday to you. Wishing
Yeah,
you a great day.
I'll also be turning 54 in September. So to sympathize with your aging, I'll say happy birthday as well. Let's see what else we got here. Let's see who else we got. Somebody said that you're the goat, Chris. You're the goat.
I'm the goat. All right.
You're the goat.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Brett Patrick said, "Hey guys, for you both, what is your favorite Brian De Palma film? I feel Body Double is very underrated."
Ooh,
You start.
I like Body Double. It's great. I think on that, my favorite. I have a lot. I like all of De Palma's films. I think they're fucking awesome.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that doesn't have too many bad movies.
He really does. Yeah, I love them all.
I
love them.
I don't know, man. He doesn't have one to me that is like a super standout. Like I really like Carrie. I like Blowout. I like
Right.
Dress to Kill. Scarface.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know if I have I guess I'd have to go with. I guess I'd go with Carrie.
Carrie's pretty fucking amazing. Yeah. I don't know.
Nate,
I like them all.
Nate Beakley said he's been patiently waiting for my Slaughter High HHG. The reason I've held back on it was there was a location I was hoping I could get in. Let's see. Sorry, Nick is messaging me.
I mean, I'm a huge Untouchables fan and Obsession fan. Sorry.
I forgot he did Untouchables. See what I mean? The guy has so many.
It's got so many.
God, yeah, so many great movies. What was the question? He distracted me with the.
Sorry.
Oh, I was talking about Slaughter High HHG. Yeah, there was a location I was hoping I might be able to get into when I go, and I was going to wait to go back to England to do it, but now it's looking like it isn't going to happen. So I think I will just go ahead and put that one out. The Classically Deceased said, "Are you guys going to see Maxine? I can't wait to see Longlegs next week. Just watched A Quiet Place day one, and it was decent." I'm interested in seeing Maxine for sure. I'm excited to see Longlegs. I actually am curious about A Quiet Place day one, but I haven't seen it yet. Chris,
Maxine, I don't really care about. Wasn't a fan of the other two really, but I'll probably see it. What was the other one? A Quiet Place.
Longlegs.
Longlegs, I'm interested in. I kind of want to see that. So, yeah.
I saw The Watchers last night too.
Stephanie saw that. I didn't see it, but Stephanie went and saw it. What'd you think?
I mean, it's a ridiculous concept. Creatures were a little too CG for me. I'll be honest, it wasn't bad. It held my interest, but it's just I don't regret watching it.
Right.
But would I recommend it? Probably not.
Right.
And guess what? It was M. Night's daughter, and
yeah,
and it had a twist. It did.
Yay.
Let's see. Nikita Maltos said, I have to give props to Mr. Nelson for the 78 flashback mask. It's an absolute beauty of a mask. Any early ideas for the H50 con? H45 was great.
H45 was great. Thank you for the compliment. Appreciate that. We worked really hard on that mask, and I'm proud of it. I think it's a cool mask. So haters can bite me, but
there's no haters on that mask.
I don't know about that. I've gotten a lot of hate on that mask.
That mask seemed to be kind of universally loved, I thought, but oh
Really?
well.
All right.
I thought so. Let's see. Creations Galore said, "Hey Chris, I'm just." Oh, they also. I don't want to skip over. He said, "Any early ideas for H50?" To not do it is one early idea, but I'm sure I'll get sucked in. I'm gonna give you some spoilers. You ready? We're gonna for H50. Gonna do some Halloween stuff. All right. Creations Galore said, "Hey Chris, I'm just finished sculpting a replica of the Leatherface mask in its current condition. Any advice on what plaster to use to mold it?"
Uh, it depends what you're going to cast it out of.
Like Ultra Cal or something? Or
Ultra Cal. Ultra Cal 30 is the standard, unless you're just going to do latex. If you're just going to do latex pulls, I'd say Hydrocal. Do Hydrocal.
Let's see. God, we've got more. Sorry, I'm trying to keep up here.
Sorry, guys. Trying to keep up with y'all. Hang in there.
Mike Wolf said, "Are you guys going to be at Silver Scream this year?" I don't think either of us are.
No, I'm not.
No. Horror fanatic said, "It's more of the Tony Moran of agents. Ha ha ha. LOL."
I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means either, but thanks for the $1.99. Maggie Matter said, "Hey guys, wish you had done Days of the Dead, Sean." Why? Do you hate me? Will you be at Mad Monster here next week? Yes, I will. Yeah. I do not do that Days of the Dead show. I'd rather have an enema. Let's see.
Enemas are good for you.
Yeah, well, like I said, I'd rather have one. Professor VGE46 retracted his message, but gave me $1.99. Thank you. Steven's Horror Craptacular said, "Y'all like De Palma's Sisters." It's okay. It's not one of my favorites.
No. Obsession's better.
Let's see. Brandon said, "I'm just bitter that Skarsgård turned down my con representation." I never spoke to him, but I would definitely book him to make money off of him. I'm a businessman. I don't have to like what he does. I like his Pennywise. I'm just kind of sick of him otherwise. Pennywise otherwise.
So you feel like he's oversaturated?
He's kind of oversaturating himself in that sort of, iconic role field. He's got Pennywise, Crow.
I just watched Bill's World.
And
it's not bad. It's okay. I mean, it's a full-on action. It's got an interesting shtick to it because he doesn't talk or anything through the whole movie.
Okay.
It's an interesting movie. Not bad. It's not bad. It's not cool.
Frank Riker says, "Which city that you guys have visited has the worst outdoor smells?" God, I don't know.
New Orleans.
Hey,
either New Orleans or Manila in the Philippines. Those are the two that stand out to me right out of the gate.
Man, I'm trying to think. Of. I know I've been to some stinky places. I'm just trying to think of where they are.
Places.
Viz Wizard said, "Thoughts on the OG Blair Witch actors going to war with Lionsgate about retroactive residuals? What's your favorite summer movie? Mine's The Burbs." I mean,
boy,
back when those guys made that movie, I doubt they had any idea it was going to become what it did. I guess they have every right to do it, but you need to protect yourself from the get-go.
I read a really big article about this, the very subject on in Variety about this subject, and apparently those actors they were promised money.
Well, that's different then.
they were promised money from it, and that they didn't get, first of all. And second of all, it hurt their career because they couldn't promote the movie. There was this interesting thing that they did because they wanted Blair Witch to seem real, like completely real, that they didn't promote those actors and they didn't use their real names and they didn't do all this stuff. So they didn't gain anything from that movie, from having done that movie. They got no more roles. They didn't get any promotion. They didn't get any money from it. They didn't get so. I stand by those actors for doing that. Actually,
What they should have done is at the time when it came out, they should have went back to Lionsgate and said, "Give us some money, or we're going public. But this is bullshit."
apparently they did, and they did, and
Oh.
they didn't get any money. So, but that there was a settlement out of court for I think one of them. I think it was the girl. I don't know. I could be wrong. And it wasn't much money, but anyway. And favorite summer movie?
Yeah.
Ooh, The Burbs is a good one. I'm a big fan of The Burbs. I think that movie's so underrated. I love The Burbs. Summer movie. I think it's got to be Jaws, man. It's got to be Jaws.
That's a good one. When I hear summer movie, I think summer camp. So I go straight to meatballs.
Meatball. Yeah. Summer camp meatballs.
Nova Feedback wants to know if you've seen the Superman 2 Donner cut. Of course you have.
Of course I have. Yeah, it's good. I like it.
I think it's a little long. But,
okay.
But always down to see some, unseen stuff. Eddie Bierger said, Sean, 2 questions. One for you, one for Chris. Sean, I live in central Wisconsin. What is your closest horror convention to me? Well, that would mean I would have to have some geography knowledge, which I don't. So I don't know. I would have to pull up a map of the U.S. and see what is closest. Chris saw you jamming on the white bass. Question is precision or jazz?
Precision. That bass, the white bass is a precision. I do have a black jazz bass, but that one's a precision bass.
Why is the jazz bass got to be black? It looks like the closest to Wisconsin would be either maybe Illinois, a Chicago show, or Minnesota. There's a new horror con coming to Des Moines, Iowa this year. Maybe that, but not too much going on in Wisconsin as far as convention wise. Let's see. Brandon G wants to know, why is my flashback mask bald? Well, he wasn't keeping up on his Propecia. He wasn't keeping up on his Propecia. That's why.
Boom.
Why my flashback mask that you sometimes people see in my videos, they want to know why it's bald. There is a whole story behind that, which we will cover one day.
Okay.
One day we're going to tell the whole story about all that.
Yes.
Today's not the day. We'll get to that. Promise. That's actually a topic I've been wanting to tackle. Is we talked about it, about going through the different versions of the last 3 Halloween movies and what was cut and that sort of thing, and that falls into that category. EJ Leeson said, "You guys are the fucking best. Thanks for doing this show. Did you guys check out Tom Holland's table read podcast of Fright Night? It was so freaking good. Highly recommended." I did catch a little bit of that with Rosario Dawson and stuff. I was tripping out on it.
I didn't know about this.
Yeah, I hadn't had a chance. I just kind of stumbled upon it, watched a little bit, said, what the hell is this about? And then kind of forgot about going back to it. Jason Thomas, hey fellas, have a great 4th. Keep kicking ass. Always great seeing you at Spookala. I was the Jason with the HHG shirt on. Thanks for always taking a minute to chat. Hope to see you there in October. Absolutely, sir. Hope to see you there too. Let's see. Chris, my buddy Chris, the pinball artist, said $20 for old man Sean to buy more Just for Men hair dye. Chase me. I don't use Just for Men. I use is it like Lord, what? Let me see what it is. I don't know what it is.
I'm going to guess L'Oreal. That's what I'm going to guess.
So if you really wanted to have this beautiful natural blue or blue black hair, you got to go with Clairol. Clairol.
I guess L'Oreal, but you went Claire.
Oh, yeah. New face, black face. New face, black face. Same color.
Wow.
Same shade, same shade. But I feel it odd that they had to put that just because they changed the girl from a white girl to a black girl that they put new face, same shade.
Right.
I'm not buying this for the person on the box. I need the color, the hair color. But anyway, looking pretty good right now.
How often you gotta do that?
It depends. Here's the problem. If I don't do it like at least every 3 weeks, it starts to grow out. My hair is white like yours. It's like fucking translucent. So what then happens is you see how I do this part here, right? Whatever to do this, that starts to widen, and it then makes these big gaps where you can see my scalp, and then people go, "He's balding." But whatever. So it's just a matter of how. Yeah, it's very easy to do. It's a pain in the ass, you know. But thank you, dude. I'll go get 2 more boxes. Lay White said, "Hi, what do you think about Halloween 3? I liked it. We both love Halloween 3.
Love Halloween 3.
Yeah. Kidding me?
That movie rules.
That movie's the shiznit. We're gonna have to. I think I gotta send the invite here for Mr. Castle, and then we got to get Mr. Cabrera in here too.
That's right. Can I jet off for about 1 minute?
Can you what?
Can I jet off for a couple seconds?
Go ahead. I'm going to answer questions.
Ask questions. I'll be right back, everybody. I'm going to
answer questions. Let's see. Sir James Brown said Bill Skarsgård is the new Kevin Kevin Hart, I think he meant oversaturated. Yeah, just a little oversaturated. I mean, he's a good actor. I don't know. I'm being a hater. What subgenre of horror, i.e. zombies, vampires, trolls, do you feel needs more attention, and which needs less in film? Well, clearly we need less zombies. I mean, the zombie thing has been played out. Which one needs more attention? I don't know. It's a good question. What needs more attention? Not trolls, because there's been tons of friggin' trolls in all them stupid like Lord of the Ring type movies. I don't know. Subgenre like that. We need more. I don't know. I'm blanking. If something comes up, I'll let you know. Let's see. Joe Coleman'sberger. You guys are get on my lawn material. Sean, what's your favorite effect that Chris has done? And then Chris, what's your favorite item in Sean's collection? That's a good question. My favorite effect Chris has done. Oh boy. God, I don't know everything he's done. I'm constantly finding out movies he's worked on. And there he is.
What are we
talking about you.
Oh.
Somebody asked me what my favorite effect is that you've done. I'm trying to think of, I mean, if I was just going in the Halloween movies, I don't know. God, I know you put me on the spot like that. He's also asking, what is your favorite item in my collection?
Ooh. Man, I got my eye on those Kiss pinball machines. Those are pretty. No, the Killer Clowns thing are awesome. I mean, most of your Kiss stuff is pretty extraordinary. So I'd say anything in your Kiss collection.
You want my Kiss makeup kit?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
One of my three.
Yeah.
Let's see. We gotta let this guy in here.
Who?
This guy.
This guy?
It says Nick. He's
Nick
there
who?
somewhere. He's trying to. This happens every time. He's trying to figure it out. Here he comes.
Yeah.
There he is. There he is.
Hey,
Can
Uncle
you hear me?
Nick.
Yeah.
Oh, good. There's too many of these damn buttons.
You kids and your buttons.
Everybody, welcome to the show, Mr. Nick Castle, everybody.
Hey.
Well, it's a privilege to be with these two guys once again. My goodness.
I'm glad you said it.
Those are some good-looking masks in the background, sir.
The collection, I call it. The collection.
Look at that. Amazing. How are you, sir?
I'm fine, thank you. I'm getting all ready, packing my bags for Montreal, Canada.
Ooh.
Yes.
Yep.
Sean has me in Montreal Comic Con to talk.
You know I'm not going now, right?
To the French people. I had a sneaky suspicion. Yeah, but you sent one of your lovely ladies to
Well, that's debatable. It's Rachel.
nurse baby. The loveliest.
The happiest, sweetest of the bunch.
Yes, she's great. What happened? You have to go to another show?
What is happening?
What is happening, John?
There is some. I don't know. There's something. There's a conflict.
Yeah, throw Castle under the bus.
Yes.
Well, here's the thing. There you go. I don't have one. I'm unfortunately water right now.
Oh no.
So my main reason for wanting to go to Montreal was there was a movie location I wanted to do, so I wanted to spend a couple extra days there. Then I found out I was wrong, and it isn't in Montreal. That was the first negative. I was like, but
That's a good reason.
No, well, that's just one of them. Hey, so I've been doing a lot of these lives over on my friend's channel, Waste Some Time with Jason Green, and he has this thing over there. It's probably not a good trend to start here, but somebody's asking one, and he does the FMKs over there.
What's that?
Fuck, marry, kill.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. So at least this one isn't actual people, but he said punks, hipsters, goths. So I would F the goths. I would marry. No, excuse me. I'd F the punks, marry the goths, and kill the hipsters. Anyway. Yeah.
It's too deep for me.
It's too deep. It is. But usually they're very politically incorrect and ask all kinds of
You're not going to play that, Nick? You're not going to play that game?
Maybe in private.
Yeah.
Okay.
My buddy Chris said, considering all the delays and bullshit, do you have any hope with the new Salem's Lot remake? Will it be worth a shit? I'm still holding out hope. I don't know. Have you heard anything about that, Chris?
I've heard a lot about it, and I'd rather not share what I've heard. But
that means it's not good.
I've heard good things and I've heard bad things. I've heard it's really great and I've heard it's terrible. So I don't know. I'm excited to see it. I'm a big fan of Salem's Lot. I'm a big fan of the book. I'm a big fan of the original miniseries, and I'll go see it. I want to see it. Yeah.
Jill Tainter, is that your real name? Jill Tainter? Send a super chat and just a thumbs up. No question. Mr. Castle, there's a question for you here from Viz Wizard. How was it directing Walter Matthau and Christopher Lloyd and Dennis the Menace? Switchblade Sam was one of the scariest villains in a PG movie. Lastly, how was it working with John Hughes? It's a lot. He packed a lot into that $10.
Okay, this will take me about an hour.
Okay, I'm going to take a break. I'll be back.
Quickly, the easy one is Walter Matthau was, as you might guess, just a sweetheart, really funny, always knows his lines, and was just a great guy to be around. Christopher was going through a very strange part of in his life, so we'll leave it at that. But he's such a great guy too. I know someday I'm going to get to see him again, and I'll introduce myself maybe for the first time to him. I'm sure he'll appreciate that.
He's in Montreal?
No. I meant the next time I run into him. Yeah, he goes to a bunch of these. Yeah.
Oh, I see him quite often. Yeah.
No, I'd love to see him again. Let's see, what was the other question? John Hughes. John Hughes unfortunately, he died very young, too young. Very funny guy, very charming. He had a tough streak in him. But what a talent. I just really enjoyed working with someone with that kind of brain.
When you say tough streak, what do you mean by that?
Well, he'll fire people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he'll get mad at something that, you go, well, John, really? You got to go there?
He was volatile.
Yeah, volatile. He had a volatile personality.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, he'd come back with a joke the next time. But the guy he fired wouldn't be there anymore.
Right.
So it's not that funny.
I'm a huge John Hughes fan. I think he's one of the most underrated filmmakers in movie history. I love John Hughes. I mean, 16 Candles alone, if you watch 16 Candles, the first 3 minutes of that movie is probably the most efficient storytelling in filmmaking ever. And I know that sounds ridiculous, but it's true. Within the first 3 to 5 minutes of that movie, you know all the characters, you know what the movie's about, you know where it's going, you know everything. And it's so efficient. It's a study in efficiency in storytelling, the first 5 minutes of that movie.
One other thing to our friend here that wants more information on Switchblade Sam, there is a little backstory there that is interesting. We premiered that movie in Chicago, obviously before it was released, and we showed a cut where there was much more Switchblade Sam. There was a scene with him up in the treehouse. The kids go up there. They go in, and who's there? Switchblade Sam's. And every mother in the preview said, no, it's just too scary to have my little 8-year-old, 5-year-old, 4-year-old up in a secluded area with someone that looks like a pedophile. So we took that out, and the rest is still scary, I guess, for young folk.
Who played Switchblade Sam? Was it Walter Matthau?
No, it was Chris.
Oh, Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah.
Okay. I haven't seen it in forever. Oh,
yeah. He did some great work in that. And the makeup, I just saw the makeup artist at the Pasadena show. What's his name? Chris?
I don't know. It's your story, Chief.
No, wait a minute. Go into my head. Here. Now do you see?
Okay.
Oh shit! I can't think of his name. And you know him, and you've worked with him. But I'll remember it by the end of this.
Okay.
And we'll give him credit.
What else has he done?
He does.
What's he famous? Is he famous for a particular movie?
Makeup? Yeah, Switchblade Sam. And
that's not helping. Something people have seen. What?
Speaking of stuff people have seen, before we get too late, because I know everyone's going to want to jump on the bandwagon here.
Here we go.
I'm going to turn over. What is the 40th anniversary this month of the release of
The Last Starfighter?
They spelled it wrong on this. But 40 years.
Wow. 40?
Wow. Yeah.
That's great.
Years.
Congratulations to you. Congratulations.
Thank you. It made over $11 million the first weekend. A lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah. In today's money, it would have been $14.5 million.
No, more than that.
Oh, maybe more.
Let's see here. Classically Deceased wants to know, what are your plans for the 4th of July, Nick? Well, you're going to be in Montreal.
No, I won't.
Or leaving to Montreal? No,
I'll be leaving to go to Montreal. Here's something funny. I said to Nay, I said, here's when I want to go. 10:30. I get there at 6 on Thursday. That should be great. And then she sent me the ticket, and it said 10:30 to 6. except it was PM to AM. I had totally done a Joe Biden and totally fucked it up. I totally fucked it up. So now I'm doing, for no reason in particular, what do you call it? Yeah, when you go.
You beat Medicare.
You're doing red eye?
I'm doing a red eye.
Wow.
So I was thinking of changing it. Then I went, I've never done that before. Let me see if I can hold up. I'll try it. No, anyways, my point is to the folks out there, I will be in the air. Ooh, interestingly enough.
Maybe you'll see some fireworks out the window.
I know. That's what I'm hoping.
Spooky Dude wants to know, Nick, have you ever been approached about doing motion capture for a Halloween video game? Or Sean, have you heard any rumblings of one? Before you get into that, yes, I'm constantly hearing rumblings about everything to do with Halloween, including a video game. So you ask me anything about Halloween, I'm always hearing rumblings about everything related to Halloween. But anyway, Nick, motion capture, to have you walk?
Yeah, I think you don't want to exactly do motion capture with me now. It wouldn't be a good shape. Although I'm losing. Look at me.
You look good. You look good.
Come on. I'm getting down to fighting weight.
Me and Chris, we look like we're going in the opposite direction.
I'm going the opposite direction. I'm getting fat. I don't give a shit.
I've been eating Oreos, and I tried those the Star Wars Oreos. Those are good. The light and dark side. They taste like, you know how we say the Halloween ones taste better? These taste like that. They're good.
Oh, let me show you this though. I got at one of the cons. They did like one of these 3D printing things. It's kind
of you. Back it up a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. You can see it a little better.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I should have done it when I had lost some weight though, because they actually get the exact belly. Anyway.
So we gotta get Norman in here too. Let's get Norman in here.
We're getting Norman in now?
Yep. 7:00. That was his time. So Norman's coming in. Maggie Matter said, Chris, will you still be doing the new Exorcist movie for all thoughts on the upcoming film Cuckoo?
Huh. I don't know what that means, but will I be doing the effects? I haven't gotten that call. Mike Flanagan, I guess, is doing those movies, and I haven't worked with Mike before. I would love to. He tends to hire a different artist for his projects, so my guess is he's going to hire that artist. Would I do it? Absolutely, I'd love to do it. I thought our makeup work in Believer, like the film or not, was stellar, and I thought it was really good, and I thought that I deserve another shot at that. But I haven't gotten that call, so I don't know, Nick. Sorry.
And has anybody heard about an upcoming film called Cuckoo?
No, haven't heard of it.
Or Cuckoo? It says Cuckoo, but I don't know. I don't know about that one either.
Haven't heard of it.
Let's see here. E.G. Leeson said, have you guys ever seen Eyes Without a Face? Ain't no human race. Oh, sorry.
Eyes Without a Face. No, I don't think I've seen that.
I know it. I've just never seen it.
No, I haven't seen it though.
I know it gets referenced a lot as having an influence on the Shape mask, but
yeah. I mean, I know the images from that movie, yes, for sure.
Yeah. Let's see. Batsy41 says, Uncle Nick, see you in Montreal. Can't wait, and a little pumpkin. Somebody's coming to see you.
Yeah, that's one. Great. What's your name? What's his name?
It just says Batsy41.
Okay, Batsy41. I'll wait for you.
I don't know if you're watching, Norman, but I sent you the email invite, so you just got to open it and click the link. Hopefully, Chris gave me the right email address. If you didn't receive it, text me your email address. Let's see.
Oh, Chris, I just found the name. Kenny Myers.
Oh, Kenny Myers.
Oh,
yeah.
I saw him. I saw him at Monster Palooza as well.
Yeah,
Yeah. And
great
he's been
guy.
a long time. Yeah.
Let's
Chris-
see.
My first year in, so yes.
And Chris Franchi says, "I'm getting fat and I don't give a shit. Ha ha, Chris, you're my hero."
Cheers.
I keep threatening to go on a diet, but
I go
all right,
on.
I got it.
I go on. Then I go on them, and then I realize no one gives a shit what I look like, and I feel fine, so I don't care. Like I don't care.
My problem is I tell Nay this, that she is the one who's not giving me the motivation. I say to her, I go, babe, I'm getting fat. And she's like, you look great. And I'm like, that's not what I need to hear.
Yeah, I know. I'm right with you. I do.
I need to hear, yeah, you could drop a few.
I'm getting fat. I'm like, you look fine. And I'm like, okay.
Oh, well. Seven Sin Studios, bit random, Sean, but do you drink McDonald's Diet Coke when in the UK, and is it different? Nick, did you enjoy the Manchester Con? We need Chris next. I think both Nick and I can probably answer that question about the McDonald's Diet Coke in the UK. It does not taste the same.
No, it does not.
It tastes like Coke Zero. It tastes too sweet. I don't like it.
And we're not disparaging the Manchester people. Remember that.
It's not Manchester's fault.
Whole Manchester. It's all of England. We're disparaging. And we had a great time. I mean, I loved that show. It was packed. What a great show. And then Manchester, I got there a little early, and me and the big man, James Jude Courtney, and his lovely wife,
That's right, dog,
did a little looking around. That was great. Beautiful city.
Nice.
Wonderful plumage. Mr. Castle. Oh, this is from Viz Wizard. What was your role in developing Hook, and what do you think of Spielberg's dissatisfaction with it despite its cult status?
Ooh, yeah, that last part is ironic in a big way. But I will tell you a little bit about what I was doing on that show. The producer of my previous movie found the writer, James Hart, great, very talented fellow. He also did, what did he do? Dracula, the Francis Ford Coppola Dracula, and he did some Frankenstein. He got into all those iconic characters. In any case, this was an iconic character too. He had an idea for the movie, had a little bit of a treatment, and we went to a studio with the treatment, which was the studio that released it. And they said, we'll do it, Nick, if you work with a writer and you are on as the director of the movie. And I said, fabulous. And we came back in, I don't know, months and months and months with a great first script. And that's how we started get the movie going. And then all hell broke loose. Then I had to sign something called, and what is it? IDP, IQL. You guys know what I'm talking about.
Non-discllosure agreement.
And I can't.
NDA.
That's it. And then after that, I couldn't do it. I wasn't very happy with the way it turned out, and I think Stephen isn't either. And it's just too many fingers in the pie, kitchen chefs. Even with Stephen on there, it was way too expensive for what it should have been, I think.
Nikki Shuffle says, have any of you all watched Speak No Evil? It's one of my favorite recent horror films. A U.S. remake is being released in September. Thanks all. Is it Speak No Evil, or what's that? What is that one movie that's a foreign one? Is it Evil? What's it called? We both watched it.
Oh.
What was it called? Was it Speak No Evil, was it?
No, it wasn't Speak No Evil. No.
Let me look up Speak No Evil.
There's a Speak No Evil 2024 coming out. Says.
Oh, I'm looking up right now. Oh no, I didn't see this. Huh? I have to look this up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not.
What is that one? Where Evil Lurks or something? What is the one? What is that one?
I think it's Where Evil Lurks or something.
When Evil Lurks, something like
I
that.
know what you're talking about. It's great.
That one was awesome.
Yeah. This new one has a great cast. James McAvoy, Mackenzie Davis,
Oh, that one. Oh, yeah. That
Mary.
okay. Yeah, that trailer looks great. Yeah.
What it's called? Speak No Evil.
Yeah,
Is that what it's called? Yeah.
yeah. See how
Yeah,
see how fast I went on the internet to get
dude.
that?
Wow, you're
I was,
amazing.
I was doing those buttons.
Nope. We got Norman in the house. Hold on.
Norman Cabrera
Jumping in.
jumping in,
Spooky. There we go. He's connecting to audio, it says.
connecting to audio. He's coming on, everybody. Monster Maker Norman Cabrera, good buddy of ours.
Drummer of the Ghastly Ones.
Drummer of the Gas.
Oh, I love their music.
Do you?
Well, yeah, it's on Sean's show, right?
It's our theme song, yeah.
That's right.
Well, as he's trying to figure his shit out, Lee the Machine says, "Hey Sean, I love your Killer Clowns video and your collection. You got amazing collecting my I don't know, it's just what it says. You got amazing collecting. My friend Tots did Killer Clowns figures. Hello, Uncle Nick. Hope you're doing well. And oh man, look at them beautiful masks behind you." Yep.
Look at those. Beautiful. Who did?
Yep. Trick or Treat Studios is killing it. Look at those. Norman is not figuring this out, apparently.
Sorry, here we go.
Your audio is on, but your video isn't, buddy.
That's what it
All right.
says.
Bottom left.
There he is.
There you are.
Yay! There you go.
Can you see me
Yay!
now?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Hey Nick, how's it going, man?
Good. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. I met you briefly at Coba's or whatever. Like it was at the Indianapolis Mass Fest, and you were eating with Chris Nelson. I probably shouldn't look. I'm looking up here at my computer screen, and you guys are all frozen, so it's really funny. So I'm like trying to talk to you guys, and you guys are like this.
That's how stunned we are by what you just said.
Anyway, no. Let me. I'm doing this on my phone, so I apologize. The
looks
sound
fine.
isn't the greatest, so sorry. Here I am.
Looks fine. Don't touch it. Looks perfect.
Okay.
You're good.
Yeah. But Nick, I mean, great to be on the same show with you. It's like, it's like following up, like the headlining act at a show. Like everyone's gonna go home after Nick Castle.
We lost like 100 people when you came on.
No doubt. No doubt. I don't doubt it one bit.
People are buying T-shirts at the merch stand right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Got a lot of people saying hi to you, Norman, right now on the chats. So
awesome.
a lot of people.
We got
Super cool.
some son of a bitch named Justin Smith said Coke Zero is better. Should I ban him, Nick? Should I just ban him?
No, we'll pray for him later.
Yeah. T's and P's, thoughts and prayers. B, the Horror Hound said, "See you at Flashback Weekend, Mr. Nick Castle."
Great.
And Scratch and Slash Media retracted their message. I don't understand why people do that. Why they pay to ask a question and then they retract it. Is it controversial? I immediately think you said something racist. So keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Hey, look, my accountant Mandy says hello.
Oh, how's his taxes looking this year?
I know. Yeah.
Does he owe a lot?
She's my accountant too, by the way.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right. She's like the effects accountant,
Chet Czar's here. He says hi, Norman.
Oh, Chet, awesome. I'm kind of reading. I'm looking at some of these.
Oh, well, that's fuck me.
No, but anyway, Chet Czar, man. Chet Czar's the man. That guy's the man plus tax.
Yeah, he is.
Whenever I hear
he's
the
like
name Chet Czar, I think of those Alterian Studio masks that Ghost, like the Shotgun Louie and all that. Those are what come to mind for some reason. He did those, right?
Well, those Alterian Studios, I believe, if I have my trivia, correct, but they looked at those masks like the thing that Chet did for Scream. Like I think they did those first.
Well,
right?
They had a design that looked just like that one early on.
Okay,
Yeah.
so so I'm not, I'm not just imagining this, but it's a fuzzy memory from way back then. But I remember those guys like Chet Zar and Lauren Githens, were doing all these cool Alterian masks, and they had this this mask that was like the ghost face, like thing, and like then they were like they couldn't get the licensing from Alterian, so they just basically like did a version of it or something. Is that correct? Is my trivia correct?
I remember there were 3 different ghost face like masks, and one of them is pretty much dead on to what they use to this day. They had a certain name, like something Whaler or something. I'm sure he can say.
Like the ghost face, like thing. And like then they were like,
what just happened
from Alterian, so they just basically like did a version of it or something.
Somebody turn on their thing, and there were 3 different ghost face like. Where's that coming from? Was that you, Norman? It stopped.
No, I don't know what happened. I think I still had the volume on my computer. Sorry about that, guys.
Okay. It was fun to hear it again. It was fun to hear one more time. Let's see. Anybody say what the Chet Zar said yes, but I don't think he remembered. If you remember what there was specific names for those ghost face masks. I have the old catalog somewhere.
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember what the name was, but I remember those guys sculpting them, Lauren and Chet.
Well, Chet is saying that Lauren designed the Scream mask, which got ripped off for Scream.
There you go.
So anyway,
Logan Reynolds is excited to meet you all at SF and KY. So I think that means Kentucky. I know it's Kentucky. What's the name of that show? Scarefest weekend. I don't know what. SF Scarefest. Okay.
Are you doing Scarefest, Nick?
I think so.
He must be.
I must be. Scarefest. What city is that in? Do you remember?
Lexington. Yeah,
I am doing Lexington.
Nova Feedback said, Nick, thoughts on Tagged with Carradine?
Oh my God, is that it's a long road. I think the person that's doing the final
I don't think they're asking about what we know about. I think they're just asking what you think of the movie.
And he
said the assassination game.
Yeah, I like the movie because I wrote it and directed it. Other than that, it's okay.
Because I don't know if we're supposed to talk about what's going on with Tag right now.
Not. Okay. I'll use the word.
But that's kind of a leak. Obviously, something's happening with it. That's all we can say.
That's right. And it's
screw it. Special edition Blu-ray coming out. Anyway. Yeah. Let's see. In fact, it reminds me I need to follow up on an email from them. When Evil Lurks is what we were trying to remember the name of.
That's it.
Yeah, great movie.
I texted that to Chris when I was listening. I was like,
"Oh, did you?"
Yeah, it's this director Damien Ragna, and man, the guy's really an excellent director. If you haven't seen that movie, I highly suggest you see it. I mean, I know people get burned out with a lot of modern horror movies, like they don't want to give them a chance, but and I'm no different. I do the same thing. I like it, I just don't really give a shit about a lot of newer movies, but that movie's really good. It's excellent.
It is.
It is
really good.
Yeah, that movie rocks.
Yeah.
What was the title of that one?
When Evil Lurks.
Was it Spanish? Is that what it is? Spanish?
I forget. I forget. He's not. It's Spanish speaking. It's a Spanish speaking film. It's Argentina. It's dubbed. He's from Argentina. That's right. Yeah. I was forgetting where he was from.
Yeah.
But and then he also directed one of the episodes in the movie that I worked on with Mike Mendez, Satanic Hispanics, and which is also, I think people should give that movie a chance. I think a lot of times these movies fall through the cracks, because like there's so much now, like people are, you guys might agree, I assume, but people are just get immediately bored with stuff. Like you can show them the most razzle dazzle thing on the planet, and online people are like, meh, whatever, so but I think people should give this movie that Mike Mendez did called Satanic Hispanics a Chance. It's an anthology, and it's all based on Latino horror stuff. And they got Latino horror directors from all over the world. And Damian Ragna was one of them. And he did this one, it's like a ghost episode that's actually genuinely freaky, man. And I've been watching horror movies since I was 10, and I don't get freaked out by anything. And this was really, really freaky. It had like this ghostly apparition of this guy's mom shows up, and it actually kind of like physically like gave me like this feeling in my gut. It was like really rare, when it happens. So
is that a movie or a TV series?
It's a movie. It did get a
anthology kind of thing, right?
Yeah. It did get a theatrical release. It's an anthology. There's 5 episodes, 5 movies within the main movie, and then now it's on Shudder. So it's in the glut of a gazillion horror movies that are on Shudder. But I did the makeup effects for 2 of the episodes, and it's a fun little movie.
Wow.
Viz Wizard said, Norman, your Winston School tutorial is the best. I've custom made my own sculpt tools inspired by you. Question for Chris and Norman: what's your favorite custom sculpting tools you use? DIY for life. I'm gonna take a pee while you answer that.
Wow.
Boy.
Sean was so excited by that question. He was like, I'll use this opportunity to go to the bathroom.
He had to pee himself.
I can still hear you.
Oh, okay. Chris, what do you want to go? You want to answer that one first?
Oh God, I do it yourself tools. Is that what we're talking about?
Like
tools,
do it yourself tools. Yeah.
I don't know. There's a tool that I have that Richard from Motion Picture Effects gave me. I think I can't remember who made it. Hold on. I'm gonna find out. It's right here.
Look at those white legs.
PES. I don't know what that is. Anyway, that's an amazing tool that I use. Amazing tool that I use is the something from CES, which is fantastic. But I'm not hip with like who's making stuff and what everything is and stuff like that. I have tools from back in the early 90s that I still have, that I have no idea where I got them. I have tons of them. So I don't know. Norman, you go.
Well, I mean, a lot of custom made tools, like, was something that I found out about, like, hey, Sean, we're still talking about tools. Isn't that exciting?
I've heard the whole conversation.
So exciting.
No. But anyway, so, but, people started making custom made tools, and I didn't even know that, I just used like temper tools, I was just using what you can buy like at Sculpture House and all that stuff. And then, some of the people that I saw, the first people that I saw making custom made tools was like Steve Wang, and Matt Rose, and they did these really cool tools made out of guitar strings, and then Mitch Devane, was like the great Mitch Devane, who sculpted on more movies than probably, I don't know, all of us combined, I don't know, but he's like, he's retired now, and he actually lives in Spain with his wife. But he made all these custom tools that everyone copied. So like a lot of these kind of like commercially available sculpting tools that are supposed to be like, DIY tools. A lot of them were made by originally designed, kind of thought up by Mitch Devane and maybe even Steve Wang, and Matt Rose, So those are the 3, the holy trinity of custom tool makers,
I just happened to look over, and we have exactly 420 people watching right now. So, if you guys partake, light up, I guess.
Cheers. Well, I don't smoke weed, but I'll have a beer with you guys. How's that?
I don't either, but I figured I'd at least give a shout out for the rare number. So Lee the Machine Bowers wants to know what's y'all's biggest pet peeve. That's pretty much, I guess he pretty much wants like a get off my lawn from each of us. I got lists.
I got lists of them.
Well, I'll hit you with one right out of the gate, which I'm assuming that you guys will probably agree with. AI.
Yeah.
AI is my biggest get off my lawn moment. You know,
Yeah.
I
Think
don't
of it.
want to see. I mean, look, it's fine if you want to use AI, you know, to have fun and do some like goofy, you know, mashup of ideas, you know, that you're going to send to your friend as a joke or something. But like AI is being incorporated into film design by directors and producers and stuff, and it's going to be the death of the artist, in my opinion. And that sounds melodramatic, but man, if people use AI, you know, like, and they're like, this is a perfectly acceptable crappy design, you know, then what are people who actually have a genuine imagination going to do? You know, we're living in a world and in a time right now where all these things that felt like they were fantasies from a science fiction movie, they're all happening right now. You know, every dystopian horror movie or dystopian sci-fi movie you've ever seen is coming to life right now. You know, so one of them is AI. I never thought I would see it in my lifetime, and it's a very disturbing trend, honestly. You know, and I don't want to be all like sound like I'm being preachy or soapboxy or something, but AI is a scourge. It really is. You know, and then it makes anybody who could just mash up a bunch of images, suddenly they consider themselves an artist. And I've seen directors use this stuff. I've seen people show you this stuff as reference, and it's dangerous stuff because, you know, like, what happens to the artist, right? I'll ask you guys, what happens to the artist when anybody can push a couple buttons and suddenly, you know, they can do art, they can quote unquote art, which I don't consider art. And, you know, I want to know your thoughts on this, but I'll just want to say one thing, that it should never, ever, ever be allowed to be copyrighted. You know, the second that you could copyright AI art, we're in serious trouble. You know,
Well,
so what are your thoughts on that?
They're actually doing that now. Like, the studios are making negotiations to copyright AI. That's part of the negotiations of what they're doing right now, and it's horrifying.
It really is.
I think it's horrifying, and I think that I've seen. I had a couple directors send me artwork, you know, for possible projects that I was going to do, and it was all AI generated. And they were like, "We want it to look like this," and I'm just like, "What the fuck? Are you serious?" Like tons and tons of photos, because here's the other thing: you can generate that stuff. You can generate mass amounts of that stuff in no time, and that's the other thing, is that you can get all these different images in like that, and yet it all looks the same to me. But I think it's I'm terribly, terribly concerned, not to go on a downer. I don't want to go on a downer on this whole thing, but yeah,
well, it's something that should be talked about, right? You know, you know, I mean, it's something that needs to be discussed, because there, you know, in my opinion, there should be you know, some kind of, you know, I'm not a big like, oh, and there should be legislation. You know, it sounds cheesy to say that, but really it's dangerous. If you can copyright AI art, we're all in trouble, because then where does it stop? You can copyright an AI book, you can copyright an AI script, you can copyright an AI anything, you know. And it's sort of like, now if you can suddenly copyright that, then suddenly why do you need anybody to do anything? You know,
this is a whole episode. This is like the ultimate. It'll be the ultimate get off my lawn episode. Nick, do you have a pet peeve?
I was just gonna say loud motorcycles.
Yeah, see, that's
loud motorcycles.
Yeah, loud. I mean, I walked down Los Feliz with my dog, and some guy's doing a wheelie and doing some kind of muffler thing on his stupid ass motorcycle. And I just go, really? You have to, you know, I mean, I know you probably enjoy yourself, but we don't need to know your narcissistic part of your personality here on Los Feliz.
People, loud motorcycles and the loud cars. Like, what is your deal? Like, would you really need to be heard that bad?
And you know what's the worst kind? The AI motorcycles. Those are the ones I hate.
You mean those electric bikes?
There was this
drive me crazy.
In the 70s. There used to be this sticker that Big Daddy Roth did: "Loud pipes save lives."
Well, am I the only one that?
Big Daddy, man, Big Daddy.
Am I the only
All
one that
roads lead
hates?
to Big Daddy Rock?
Am I the only one that hates the sound of electric cars? I just, whenever you hear that, it's just so annoying. I'm just like, what? It's just like this like a hum that I just don't like the sound of. It just unnerves me for some reason.
Can't say that annoys me.
Everything bothers me though. That's why I have a long list of
The
things.
quieter, the better, man. The quieter, the better.
Well, the friggin' electric bike kids, they're driving me nuts, and that they're driving on the road, and they're getting, like, you go to a light, and they're at the light like they're a frickin' car. It's a bicycle with a battery on it. Get the fuck off the road. Stay to the side. But that's something there needs to be more rules on, and they need license plates, they need license, all that shit. If they're gonna be on the road, anyway,
yeah,
get off my lawn.
I can't really, like, an electric car. I don't really notice them. I guess my hearing's not that good because I've been playing drums also too since I was a little kid.
That'll do it.
Like,
what did you say?
This other guy too.
Yeah, it's like
I didn't hear what he
hearing's
said.
really bad. But you know what? Actually, when you go to, you have to fly somewhere, you have to rent a car. Right? Okay. You rent a car, and there's those cars now. They shut off when you go to a stoplight,
Hate
and
that.
then they turn back on. Like, I don't know why, but that really gets under my skin, man.
Believe me, when I bought my last car, I asked the dealership if I could have that disabled because that drives me nuts. Because when that happens, it also, the air conditioning gets bad because the engine turns off, so the AC starts to get stale and warm. No, thank you. Anyway, sorry, Chris. I know I cut you off.
No. I was just going to say, every time I go on location and I get a rent-a-car, they give me a rent-a-car. It's one of those ones that shut off at the stoplight, and it drives me fucking bonkers.
Yeah. I think it's not going to be an option at some point, but it's just one of those things, right?
Right now there is a button that you could disable it. It's just a pain in the ass to have to do it every time. But I think you're right, Norman. I think they're going to eventually make it to you can't disable those.
Yeah.
We got to hit Super Cats, Sean. Let's hit the Super Cats.
I know. I'm Norman's talking too much. EJ
I
Leeson.
never do that, Sean. How dare you accuse me of that?
EJ Leeson said, "You guys all play instruments. Band? When? Question mark. He wants the thing with 4 heads. Rock band.
That'd be amazing.
Wait a minute, 2 drummers. That doesn't work.
I play bass and guitar. I'm multi-talented. Come on.
I'll bass it. I'll be the bass player.
Yeah.
I'll play guitar. You play something. Don't you play guitar also, Norman?
Yeah, I do. But
We'll alternate.
Yeah, I mean, I
play guitar. I want to play guitar. Why can't I play?
No.
Me and Chris have been trying to do a covers band for a Halloween party for ages. We did one. We did this, like, it was right before the pandemic, right, Chris?
Yeah.
So right before the pandemic, we did a Halloween covers band, and I've been trying to do it again, but now actually, speaking of bands, if you want to know what's going on with me, we're doing the Ghastly Ones again. I know some people. I've been looking at the scrolling here too and everything, and some people are asking about the Ghastly Ones hearse and stuff and everything. But the Ghastly Ones, haven't played in 12 years or something like that. And, I don't know. I honestly, I'm not going to, I don't want this to sound like I don't appreciate this, but it really, really surprises the hell out of me that anybody cares about the Ghastly Ones. And I don't say that in a bad way or a self-deprecating way. It's just that, that band's had a lot of longevity, and we haven't played in 12 years, but we're actually playing again in Long Beach in a couple of weeks at the Surf Guitar 101 Festival. This guy that we know puts on these really cool festivals, and we do this horror surf, band. And it caught on, it's with not really even like pushing or promoting the band.
What's the date?
What is the date? Oh my God. You
should have this shit ready.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So we played, we got the second we kind of announced to people that we were going to play, we started getting offers from these festivals from all around the world. So we got offered to play Spain, which we played last month.
Wow.
Then we got offered to play Mexico, which we're playing in August, right? And then we're playing at the Surf Guitar 101 Festival in July. You know, so I'm not terrible at memorizing dates, so. But you know, I love music. And it's something that we did sort of as a fluke, so it's kind of cool for people to, you know, be still asking about the Ghastly Ones. And you know, somebody specifically asked about what happened to the Ghastly Ones hearse. I sold it. You know, but it's actually back in service now at a funeral home. They completely restored it, so it's a 1956 Cadillac Superior hearse, and it had a cool history. You know, it was owned by this band called the Monocles in the 60s, and then now it's back in service. You know, so you can actually take your last ride on this planet on the former Ghastly Ones hearse for anyone that's interested.
Hey, well, the 101 Festival is July 26th to the 28th at Surf Guitar 101 Festival at the Golden Sails Hotel in Long Beach.
That's correct.
And I think
thank you, Nick.
Thank you, Nick. Yeah, it's in the ballroom of the Golden Sails. It's in Long Beach, you know, and they have bands from all over the world, you know, come play this festival, and it's just a good time, you know. It's like, you know, it's another diversion.
Unfortunately, Nick and I can't go because we'll be in Raleigh, North Carolina. At Galaxy Con. But
I will be there.
There you go.
Chris has supported the Ghastly Ones since day one, pretty much.
Day one.
Can Chris have a guest spot for one of the songs?
Of course.
Come on, get on stage, man.
Hey, I'm an old school Ghastly Ones guy. I'm an old school Ghastly Ones guy too. We just didn't know each other.
Yeah, we didn't know it. That's right. I was really, you know, it's funny because like you meet people in the monster world, you know, like the monster universe, for lack of a better description. And then you'll be like, hey, I'm into the Ghastly Ones. I saw you guys play, and I'll be like, what? You know, so more people saw us play than I actually found, you know.
Yeah. I used to go see you guys a lot, and it was always a great time. I've been bugging you for years to get back together. So, and I feel like, now there's a newfound audience because of the theme song, the thing with two heads. Go see it live. Do you play that song live? You got to play it.
Yeah, well, you know, I mean, we aim to please anybody wants a request, we'll play it. We'll play Freebird, instrumental, you know, anyway, anything you like, man.
Let's see. Hold on here. So Jay Borda 20 said, asking again, since everyone is here, what subgenre of horror do you feel gets too much attention, and which subgenre gets too little attention? Huh?
Gets too much attention.
That's what I said. You guys were not here when he asked this the first time.
Too much attention, zombies. The genre that doesn't get enough attention, werewolves.
Yeah.
That's my two.
I was gonna say midget werewolves, but
there you go.
But you know.
Yeah. There's, you know what, I don't want to, like, you know, one of my kind of, you know, get off my lawn moments, and I don't want to offend any of the fans that are out there, but man, do I need to see another Killer Clown movie? I don't.
Yeah. If it's by the Kyoto brothers, you do.
The people who make amazing Killer Clown movies, you know, honestly, I don't want to, like, you know, bum anybody out, because honestly, I love anybody that can get a movie made deserves just an Oscar. There should be a category in the Oscars for just getting a movie made.
Yeah.
You know, honestly, you know, like if you get a movie made, you got a movie made for $100,000 and it made $2 million, $3 million. You deserve an Oscar, you know. But I'm good with the Killer Clown thing, man. I mean, I think we could pump the brakes on that. What do you guys think?
Well, I agree. I know what you're saying, but if it's a Kyoto Brothers sequel, I'm good with.
Well, I'm good with
that. That I'm okay with, but as far as just like murdering clowns that murder like Terrifier. I'm fed up with all that.
Yeah,
I mean,
and again, no offense to that director if he happens to be listening to the show.
Damien's
he
probably
made an amazing
watching.
movie, and everyone loves it. Like can you really begrudge anybody for making something that's really popular? But at the same time, like it's like, man, we've had a massive glut of killer, like serial killer clowns. Like I can't tell the difference.
A lot of fucking zombies. Are you?
Well, there's that.
Kidding me?
Well, there's zombies too. Zombies. Well, I'll tell you a zombie, little zombie anecdote. I was working at KMB when they came in. They said, we have this show, and it's called The Walking Dead, and it's a weekly show, that features people getting away from zombies. And I'm not joking. I literally thought to myself, how can they turn this into something that, how can they how many stories can you get out of a zombie thing?
That for fucking years.
Yeah, but hey, you know what? Man, more power to them because they figured it out. What they did was they made a really good drama, and the zombies are almost like kind of secondary, to what's happening within the drama and the dynamics between the people and stuff like that. But I didn't think that you can do more than a couple of plots out of. I thought, George Romero had pretty much, used up every zombie concept, like that you could think of. And Lucio Fulci, did some amazing Italian zombie movies. I mean, those are some of my favorite movies. Like,
yeah, but
Zombie.
That's different.
House, like all those movies, like House by the Cemetery and Gates of Hell, and all that stuff. I mean, those movies are really great, but they're exploitation.
But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about what's saturated. Like what zombies have been saturating the fucking movie and television world for a decade now, over a decade now. Like enough with the zombies. We're done with the zombies.
We're getting
rom-coms.
We're getting way behind on the questions.
Okay.
We need to try to condense our answers. Right. Carlos Ladoza said, and Chris and I already covered this, In a Violent Nature. Have you seen it yet? Have either of you guys seen it? Because we talked about it earlier. Carlos, go back and watch the beginning of this episode.
Yeah, we talked about it.
Either of you seen In a Violent Nature?
Did you guys actually watch it?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Did you like it?
Meh.
Chris?
I thought, Norman, you hate it.
Yeah, I saw the trailer and I was like, I've seen enough. I mean, I honestly, man,
I'm a slasher guy. You don't like slashers anyway.
Well, but look,
what?
Halloween is a masterpiece. That's a bona fide. It is. It's a bona fide masterpiece, and even Friday the 13th has a ton of merits to it. But John Carpenter made the ultimate slasher film. It was like he made the Citizen Kane of slashers. And I'm not just saying that because the great Nick Castle's right here. I'm not doing lip service for Nick or anything like that. Okay, but Carpenter made the ultimate slasher movie, the ultimate killer with a mask. The movie's scary. It has tension, even though it's a low budget movie. It pays off. It delivers the goods. Okay, but then the 10,000 versions of that movie and every knockoff that's ever been done of it, it's like, yeah, it's like, well, cool, but it's like, I don't know. I feel like that we've seen that idea and that film. To get back to your original question, what's the name of the film again? The one that just came out.
In a Violent Nature.
In a Violent Nature. The slasher just the guy looks like he looks like from Friday the 13th, right?
Yeah.
And then it's just like a guy going around killing women in these really ridiculously violent ways. And it's sort of like, I don't know, do we need more of that? Maybe we do, because people love it, right?
Did anyone yet earlier in the show announce the fact that John Carpenter is getting his star on the Hollywood Walk?
That's amazing.
Talk about this.
Oh.
We haven't talked about this.
Yeah, I mean, I just saw it on the news. He didn't call me to come and be part of the.
Well, it's not until next year, right?
Is it?
Oh,
maybe
Carpenter.
2025, isn't it?
Oh, that's a good reason why you didn't invite me yet.
You should be there, Nick. You're going to
For sure.
be.
Yeah, of course.
And also, Robert England was. They announced at the same
Yep.
the same news conference, so I didn't know what that meant because I thought, wait a minute, okay, I like Robert, but John has, had a few shows. He deserves.
And you know what? The original Nightmare on Elm Street, I think, is fantastic too. They're just great drive-in movies. Like that. That is really great. Like there's an interesting story and an angle. Like
you're breaking the rule, Norman.
Huh?
The short, quick, condensed answers. You're really going off on tangents. We're really behind.
Anyway.
We're really behind. We got to
kill, right, Sean? No.
What's that? We got to get caught up. We're going to be on here until 10 o'clock.
Okay.
David Diggs said, Uncle Nick, I'm very much looking forward to meeting you at Scarefest in Kentucky. Chris, do you take song requests? Would love to hear you cover The Cure, I guess, on your bass videos.
Oh, on my music videos?
I'm guessing.
I need to be inspired. Like it's weird what kind of song inspires me. It's like it depends if it's a challenge, like a Rush song or a Duran Duran song on bass or like guitar or something. Like I don't know. It's got to inspire me.
What was this?
The Cure.
Well, watching Chris, his arm was going back and forth.
Oh, it looks like he's masturbating. Yeah.
Yes. I just thought you probably would want to stop.
I like The Cure, but The Cure doesn't inspire me to want to cover one of their songs. It's got to. There are too many other ones I could do.
Okay.
I think the Cult is next. I think I'm going to do the Cult next. So.
E.J. Leeson.
Yeah.
E.J. Leeson said, "Have you guys ever seen Tommy Wiseau's The Room or Wiseau?
Of course, Wiseau.
Wiseau.
Yeah.
Wiseau.
The Room.
I've never seen it. I saw Disaster Artist.
The Room is one of the worst movies ever made. It's I guarantee you if you watch it you'll be entertained. It's so bad. But there's a great, Sean mentioned it, there's a movie about the making of that movie called The Disaster Artist. It's not a documentary, but it's almost like a biopic of the making of The Room. The Disaster Artist, I think, is one of the best movies in the last 10 years. It's an amazing movie. And I love it so much.
What's James Franco?
James Franco.
Yeah.
And his brother David Franco. So
who you just worked with, right?
Who I just worked with.
Jason LaPlante said, Fab Four, thanks for doing this. Have any of you seen Jim Henson, Idea Man on Hulu?
Yes. It's fantastic. It's a great documentary.
No.
I haven't seen it, but now thanks for the recommendation. I haven't seen it. I'm into it.
It's a really good.
Jim Henson.
It really shows you how genius that guy was and how he was and how how much of an artist that guy was. He really was a true artist. Great documentary. Highly recommend it. It's on Disney Plus.
Some guy going by Primal said, do any of you guys know anyone in the film industry who lives or lived in La Brea Heights? I found a screen-used Halloween 5 mask with Polaroids from the set in the attic in La Brea Heights.
Wow.
How do you know it's a screen-used Halloween 5 mask? I mean, if you don't have anything to go on, it could just be a fan that had some continuity Polaroids that had a Halloween 5 mask. That one of the ones I made back in the day. Who knows?
Yeah, Sean will question on. I don't know about
but you show it to me, I'll let you know if it's the real deal or not. Show it to Nicotero.
Yeah.
Yoda McMahon said, Sean, it's Michael. Is there a way to get the full song of the Heathens did of Hellraiser? It sounded badass from what I hear. Yeah, we did that for the Horror Hound It's Only a Movie compilation album. It was, I think that song was a digital download if you bought the CD or something. I don't know. Send me a message, an Instagram or something, and I'll just send you the song. I can send you a digital file. So just remind me. But if you want to own a physical copy, I think I'm trying to remember if it was Hellraiser or Burn that was on the vinyl. We did Burn by The Cure. So speaking of the Cure covers, Dodger83 said, Sean and Chris love the show. Nick, you're the king of slashers in a good way. LOL. Does Chris remember what Norman did on Return of the Living Dead? Shout out to Fonzo13, so sub to him. I know Fonzo13.
I don't know if you worked on that, did you?
I know why he's asking that question. Okay.
Why?
Okay.
Because he came up to me at Monster Palooza and he asked me to sign this Return of the Living Dead, like DVD. And I'm like, I didn't do this. This is Chris Nelson. And he's like, well, your name is on the credits. And I'm like, it is? And I'm like, I have no idea. I honestly have no idea why I have his, like, if you want my honest answer, I don't remember what the hell I did, if I even did anything on that. So it's fun. But when I go to these conventions, people ask me to sign that DVD. And I'm like, I don't know what I did that. You should talk to Chris Nelson, But it's one of those weird things. Like, I may have worked on it, I may have not, but one of those jobs that comes into the shop and you work on it for like 5 days and then it's out and you're like, you got a credit on the movie. I don't know.
Talking about part 3?
We're not talking about the original Return of the Living Dead.
No, the Return of the Living Dead 4. Or
3.
Or the one with Mandy.
3.
The one with the
3.
3.
3.
Okay.
Yeah, 3. 3's the one that I worked on. And that was me, Steve Johnson, Kevin Brennan, Wayne Toth. Who else was it? Was that it?
And
was
me. No.
And you.
No. No. Apparently I got a credit on that movie and I didn't work on that movie. So there you go.
Well, there you go.
That's the answer.
All right, let's see. It's funny how far behind we are. I'm seeing people talking about something I said an hour ago. Mandy said, can I write this off? Just kidding. Y'all are awesome. Right. I guess the donation. It's a donation. Yeah. Write that shit off. Let's see. Lee the Machine. Lee, you're hogging up the super chats. Speaking of electric vehicles, people are installing speakers under the vehicles to get exhaust sound. Mad annoying. I've seen a Tesla Cybertruck in person. All I can say, it's pure trash. Yeah, those things are hideous. You guys seen those Cybertrucks on the road? They look ridiculous.
Yes.
My grandson wants one.
Huh?
Leaf blowers.
Your grandson wants one?
Yeah, they look like leaf blowers.
Yeah,
But-
Oh,
they're
Kind of reminds me of RoboCop, to tell you the truth, a little bit.
a little bit, yeah, but not in a good way. Let's see. I'll get through some of these. Let's see what we got going on.
Hang in, guys.
Andromeda 1741 said, I love you forever, Nick.
Oh, thank you so much.
Oh,
I love
Long live Nick! Long live Nick!
Let's see. Okay, let's see. Shane Bennett said, question for Uncle Nick. How is Michael Meowers doing? Hopefully he still has that same killer instinct he had last time he was on the show.
Yes, it's the same stupid cat, and he's out in front. I saw him lolling around outside. It's very hot now in Los Angeles, so black cats try to find something cool to, and he usually is under a car. I don't understand that. We could come inside, but he's a crazy cat. He's still the same, very kind of adorable, and still bites me.
Okay, all right. So let me see. I gotta we got another, let's do like another get off my lawn. So I have one. I gotta. So I went into PetSmart the other day to buy one of those dog dishes so you make your dog eat slower, because my dog chokes himself trying to eat so fast.
okay. That's smart, but go ahead.
So she said, okay, that's $14. I handed her a 20, right? And the register didn't show that when she went to do the thing, it didn't show what the change was. She stops, she looks at it, she grabs her phone and goes into the calculator. I shit you not. $14 even, handed her a 20. She's in the calculator to figure out the change. She then hands me $1, and I look at it and I go, I thought you said it was 14. She goes, it was. You gave me $1. I gave you a 20. That would be $6. And she goes, I'm so sorry. I'm like, I weep for the youth. You can't figure out basic fucking math, 20 to 14. Are you serious?
Was
Yeah.
was,
I
the-
believe,
was
I
the
believe-
person a horse and did it like?
I will say this: she was cute, but that's
Okay.
I didn't let her get a pass for that though. But anyway, what's up with all these fast food chains closing, man? Rubio's, I like me some Rubio's, and then the
What's
Arby's on
Rubio?
Sunset. That's some
What?
bullshit.
What do you mean Arby's on Sunset?
The classic one with the big sign,
Yeah.
out of business, gone, done.
Closed, done.
Wow.
Yeah,
We better go to Bob's soon.
that's never going anywhere.
Every time I go to Bob's, I think of you, Nick. Every time. I just had the chili size. That shit is good.
Oh, okay, I'm gonna do another get off my lawn. Don't you hate it when you fall in love with something food wise and then they take it away? Like
Yeah.
Nay and I just discovered these amazing, like I think they were Ruffles potato chips. They were buffalo chicken wing flavored. And we just did it as like a goof, like, oh, let's try these. It sounds silly. They were so goddamn good, and we can't find them again. We've tried every store. They're not out there.
Trader Joe's is notorious for having really good shit for a limited time, and then they get rid of it. It's like, fuck.
You guys are talking about real world shit.
Yeah, this is a real show. Let's talk about the death now. Let's talk about
monsters, man.
Let's talk about losing Donald Sutherland.
Oh yeah, that was sad.
That was sad.
That was sad.
And Martin Mull.
Martin Mull.
But that 70s remake of Invasion of the Body Snatchers is not only probably one of the best remakes ever done, it's like one of the best science fiction movies ever of all time, as far as I'm concerned.
Absolutely. That movie rules, man. It's amazing.
Yeah. Now I got to tell my Donald Sutherland story. So this is true story, and it's crazy. All right. This was in 2002, I believe. I was in Rome, Italy, and we went to. I was there, because I'm a movie location nerd. I'm going to all the Don't Look Now locations. Oh, Venice, Italy. Sorry, Venice. And I'm going to all the Don't Look Now locations. And my ex-wife at the time wanted to go to the Vatican, right? Historical crap, whatever. Okay, I'll do a little bit of that. So I'm in line to go in there, and who do I see coming towards me in the zigzag? Donald Sutherland. I look at him and I go, dude, you're not going to believe this. I'm literally here visiting from California, going to all the Don't Look Now locations, and here you are. I go, what are you doing here? And he goes, oh, I'm filming a movie called The Italian Job. And I'm like,
wow.
And of course, this is pre-cell phone camera and all this stuff. So I'm just like, well, nice to meet you. And that was it. But it was just, what are the odds?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Pretty
That's
cool.
a good one.
Guy's a legend, man. Amazing.
Yeah. Either of you ever work with him? Anybody work with him?
I did.
I wish.
I worked with him on a movie called The Oldest Confederate Widow Tells All.
Oh, that's my favorite thing he ever did. I'm kidding. What the hell is that?
It was a mini series. And we did a bunch of old age makeups on Diane Lane and Cicely Tyson and all that. I worked with that. That was at Steve Johnson's when I worked at Steve Johnson's, and we did these old age makeups, and they were great. And he was there, and he would not allow anybody to smoke within 100 feet of him. That was his rule. It was in his rider. It was in his contract.
I appreciate that.
If you know anything about Steve Johnson, who,
or Christopher Nelson,
or me,
Hey,
But
Chris, can you?
I cannot. I can be on set and not smoke and be fine. But Steve, that's a whole other story. That's
it was withdrawals.
That's
It's like Nick and Diet Coke. That's like,
Yeah.
Exactly.
what about did any of you ever meet or work with Martin Mull?
No.
Oh, never.
Favorite
I used to
Martin
watch
Mull
that
movie?
first-
Go. Anybody favorite Martin Mull movies or TV
Well,
thing?
I used to watch that Fernwood Tonight, like
Yeah.
in the 70s. Like that was like I thought that show was great. It was like I don't know. That was the only thing I really know about Martin Mull was Fernwood Tonight, honestly. But he was great on that. It was fantastic.
Mary Hartman.
Mhm.
That was the first thing I saw him in, I think.
Chris?
I don't know. I got to think on that.
I'd go Mr. Mom.
Oh, that's a good one.
Or a small part, but one of my all-time favorite movies, My Bodyguard. He was Cliff Peachy's father.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Good tie.
Yeah.
Good tie. Yeah.
But I'd have to go probably Mr. Mom. He's such a douche in that movie.
He is.
But also we lost. I know you're all broken up about Shifty Shell Shock from Crazy Town.
Who?
Yeah,
No.
But I'm a butterfly, baby. That guy. Anyway,
I never heard of it.
I actually have a lot of friends who were friends with him. Said he was a really good guy. You might have known him from Celebrity Rehab. He was on that show.
That's one of those things. Like I create like a bubble around me, and certain things don't come inside that bubble. That's one of I don't know. I don't know anything about him, so I apologize if he's cool, man. He's great.
Okay, I got one more. Rest in peace. Spencer Milligan. Anybody know who he is?
Nope.
No?
No.
Rick Marshall from Land of the Lost. The dad just died.
Oh.
I was actually pretty bummed about that one because I never got a chance to meet him. I'm a big Croft nerd. So,
Nick, do you feel bad about that?
No, but do sports figures count on this show?
No.
as long as it isn't Willie Mays, we're very anti Willie Mays.
I was
kidding.
Say, Willie.
No. Sports figures count. They don't count.
Willie Mays. Yeah, we lost Willie Mays.
Orlando Cepeda too. You don't
And
know.
Jerry West.
Jerry West. Oh, that was sad.
The NBA logo.
I just read on one of the comments, Crazy Town got booed off the stage at Ozfest. Somebody put that in the comments.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
They were one of those bands that weren't really liked by cool people.
You know what else died?
Well,
looks like this weekend. Horizon.
Who?
Horizon might have died this weekend.
Horizon?
Do you even know what that is?
Oh.
Kevin Costner's giant
Horizon
on doing westerns. He even has the second one in the back. It sounds like the Exorcist debacle.
Yeah, I thought you said Horizon. I'm like,
yeah.
Horizon?
Oh, you thought I said right?
You're talking about
Horizon. Huh, right.
Well, I heard some people comment. I read some comments online, people saying like 80 minutes into the movie and finally Kevin Costner appears on screen. I guess he's people were not happy about a movie starring Kevin Costner and he's not in it for the first 80 minutes. So I don't know. Frank Riker wants to know, do you guys wish you ever got the first car you ever owned back, and what was it? Oh boy.
What kind of question is that?
Would you ever like to own your first car if you could just have it to have?
No.
Yes.
I could answer that.
I'd say yes, but go ahead.
I'd say yes. What was yours, Sean?
An AMC Gremlin.
Oh my god. Yeah, well, that's cool. And you would just want it like for the 80s factor, right? Or what?
70s factor, pretty much.
Or 70s, that's right. Yeah, because
that was 70s.
when I moved to LA, I had an AMC Pacer, which I would not want back.
Dude, I had a Pacer also. I had a fucking Pacer also.
Car.
My dad hated me, I guess.
Worst car I ever had. But the first car I ever had was a 74 Dodge Charger, which I got from my sister's husband, who was a cop, and he became a cop, so he couldn't have a hot rod anymore. So he sold me his 74 Dodge Charger for $400.
Damn.
And this was in like 1980, So
what was your first car, Chris?
Mine was I had a Toyota pickup truck was my first car. It was terrible. I fucking hated it.
I had the best one. I had the best one, you guys.
Model T?
57 57 T-Bird.
Oh,
That's a-
wow.
Yeah.
Hardtop convertible.
You win.
Nick for the win.
You win.
Crazy
My
story.
gremlin was pretty sweet.
Yep.
Yeah.
You wish you still had it, Nick? Do you wish you still had
Oh
it?
yeah, that was a great one. It was my dad's car. He gave it to me. It was given to him in lieu of payment by a really famous singer named Eddie Fisher.
Oh, no
Oh,
way.
Eddie Fisher. Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Oh.
Hollywood
Yeah.
story.
It's funny that you asked that question because my screensaver on my computer is a photo a friend of mine took of the back of my gremlin in high school. It's a black and white picture and it's covered with punk rock stickers. So that's my screensaver. So
I like it.
let's see. Uma wants, I guess that looks like that's is this Japanese money or Asian money of some type? We love you. We all people is what is your blood type. I think we have some broken English going on here because I think this might be a Japanese fan. Wants to know what our blood types are. Do you guys know your blood type?
I
I do.
actually don't.
I know mine.
I know mine.
I'm type O positive.
I'm AB negative,
Hmm.
which is the rare type, by the way.
I was really bummed that I think mine's the universal one, so I can give blood to most people. But I was very bummed I wasn't type O negative just because, you know.
I went and gave blood.
I know. I'm typo. That's how.
I
That's
gave
the way.
blood at the Red Cross, and the Red Cross hounded me for years to give more blood because my blood type is so rare. They hounded me. Like I would get every other day, I'd get a phone call from the Red Cross having me come. I'm like, I can't do it every other day for fuck's sake.
Hey, it's a form of payment, and you're
Subjective perspective said, honored to have met you, Nick, at Texas Frightmare weekend last year. Always good to see you, Sean, and would be killer to meet you, Chris. You're the best part of the recent Halloween trilogy. Keep it killer, y'all. And I guess this person didn't care about you, Norman. Didn't bring you up.
No, I
Pretty
didn't work
rude.
on Halloween, so no one cares.
Yeah. Yeah.
we're gonna make you an honorary Halloween person, Norman.
Yes.
There you go, man.
Good.
Kyle Jansen says, inject a Diet Coke fountain pop from McDonald's directly into my veins. I can get behind that. Let's see. Fucking Lee, this guy is like, he's just dropping the questions here, but he's throwing down for him, so I can't hate on him. One last super chat. Will Robert Russler be a guest again? I love sometimes they come back. Be cool to get Nicholas Sadler and Bentley Mitchum on the show along with Robert Russler. Love the ghostly greasers. You know what's funny is I think Russler's still in touch with those guys because he offered them to me to like do a reunion at a convention one day. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like the film has enough of a fan base to get a promoter excited about it. But I guess bug the show promoters. They're the ones that make the decisions at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, a lot of people are mentioning Martin Mull was in Clue, Colonel
Yeah.
Mustard.
Blue. That's right.
Yeah.
Deborah Hill picture.
Oh really? Was it?
Deborah Hill.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see. Now we're getting caught up here. Finally saw the Crazy Town got booed off the stage at Ozfest, so I'm getting there. Yeah, a lot of people saying he was smoking crack. Yeah, that doesn't help. Says Sharon Osbourne kicked them off early. That sounds about right. Let's see here. Mike Damone had a gremlin. Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
He did.
He did have a gremlin. Mine didn't say little prick on the side. So, let's see. We got. Oh, she asked again. She paid whatever. There's like 1,600 yen or what. I don't know how much that is. All people, what is your blood type? She asked again, and kind of a sad face. Oh, it is like it looks like that's a Japanese flag. Is the Japanese flag the white one with the red sun?
Yes, that's
Okay,
Japanese.
so it's Japanese. Did I meet you in Japan, Uma? Did I meet you at the Tokyo or Osaka Comic Con recently? And Nick's got a pee. Let's see.
Wow.
Is she like a vampire? Like she wants
When?
to make sure she likes your blood type or something?
She might.
That's
Jalen,
Steve Albini died, by the way. Everyone a lot like last month.
who's that? I know the name.
Steve Albini.
How about you?
What happened to Nick?
He,
Never mind. Guitarist Steve Albini.
from.
Everything.
Oh man, I love that album. Huh, that's terrible. I mean, how am I supposed to know who the fuck he is if he's everything? Oh, I loved Love Gun. That's a shame. We lost Steve Albini. I don't know who look him up. John Coleman'sberger said, "What's everyone's favorite horror franchise?" Well, I know Nick's answer.
Huh?
What's your favorite horror franchise, Nick?
I'm trying to think. The Exorcist.
Yeah.
Is it?
Well, not the franchise. My favorite horror film is the original Exorcist. Franchise. Jeez. I haven't seen enough horror in my life.
Steve Albini produced Nirvana, Big Black. He was a producer. Never mind. Big in the music.
Peace. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Oh,
Anyway.
someone else died.
So
Steve Albini, the guy from everything.
Exorcist is your favorite franchise?
After that last movie, of course it is. We even saw it with him.
We did.
Riveted. Nick was riveted.
Riveted. He was riddled with excitement.
Yeah.
Norman.
Yeah.
Favorite franchise.
Favorite franchise. Go.
Favorite franchise.
Like I say, The Howling.
Well, does it have to be a horror? I mean,
Yes,
horror
franchise.
Franchise, with
horror.
the exception of I said The Godfather. There was two really good ones, but horror franchise.
He's asking horror.
Okay, well, I'll tell you the most disappointing horror franchise is The Howling, because it came out strong. The first movie is amazing, and they all just tanked so hard. I mean, they've made 8 Howling movies, and let me do my get off my lawn thing, right? I would really love for there to be a bunch of really cool Howling movies. Joe Dante made one, and then the second one is a complete disaster with Christopher Lee. And
Sybil Danning,
but I
tour
like
de
it
force.
now, purely from a cheese factor, but then they just, oh my God, part 3 is the marsupials, and then there's something with the
Freaks.
Freaking freaks, and I mean, it's just it's the in my opinion the biggest ball of a franchise that was ever dropped.
Well, that's kind of a given. Everybody across the board in the horror community agrees that The Howling is the worst franchise ever.
Yeah.
What is your favorite? Do you have a favorite? You don't have to have one. Have one?
Well, I mean, okay. Horror franchise, probably the first 3 Halloween movies actually are consistently good. So the first Halloween movie, and again, here's Nick Castle right here, so it sounds like I'm saying this for his benefit, but you're asking me my honest assessment, and honestly, I would say Halloween. So Halloween, the first one's great. The second one, believe it or not, was the first one I saw in the theater. I didn't see the first Halloween in the theater, so it actually had, I grew up in South Florida, and we didn't get movies like you guys did in LA and stuff, so trying to make this as concise as possible, so I don't piss off Sean. So anyway, so Halloween 2 was the first one I saw in the theaters, which I really liked, and I actually bought the poster for Halloween 2, which I gave as a gift to Chris. Right, Chris?
Yeah.
I gave him the Halloween 2 poster that I had hanging on my wall when I was a little kid.
Yeah,
do you ever regret it? Would you like it back?
No. I want it. He needs to have it. I give people what they want, something they want, so he's the hardcore Halloween fanatic. So I'm like, you need to own this. So, but it actually was hung in my bedroom. So I saw Halloween 2 first, then I went back and saw Halloween 1 on re-release, And then Halloween 3, originally, like, I didn't really like it when it first came out, but then it grew on me, like the outlandish nature of that movie, like how a guy brings Stonehenge to the United States somehow, like so to long story short, as far as franchises go, I would say the first 3 Halloween ones are probably pretty consistently fun,
Wendy Wooten, I guess I didn't answer. Halloween, of course. Wendy Wooten, hey from the UK, great show as always. Love watching you guys. Awesome to see Nick the Great on the show. An absolute highlight as always. Thank you, Wendy.
Thank you, Wendy.
Thanks, Wendy.
I wonder what time is it there now?
It's 9 hours later.
Thanks for staying up, Wendy. Appreciate it.
Woo,
Seven
Wendy.
Sin
Hey guys, I'm gonna step
Studios.
aside for 1 second, okay? I'll be right back.
Okay.
Seven Sin Studios. Sean, are you looking forward to the new possibility of bringing back the Impressions in November? Okay, excuse me. Bringing them back, always been here. Don't know where you've been, okay? A lot of stupid people saying I haven't been here, I've always been here. People have been, quite frankly, a lot of people have been talking about how great I've been all over. You, not so smart, wasn't there apparently. That's all I got. Anyway, yeah, let's see.
You may have 4 more years of that, by the way.
You will have 4 more years.
Unless Sleepy Joe wakes up and takes advantage of today's new ruling. SEAL Team 6? This is an ironic phone call, but anyway. Let's see. Let's see. Jack Owen, what's new with Tony Moran?
Oh,
I no clue. I do not. Is he still alive? If he is, God bless him. Let's see. My dogs are losing their mind outside. Maybe he's jumping over my back fence. Let's see. We might actually be caught up where I can start going back through some of these other ones.
No, we're not.
Nope, I see. I'm like, okay, there's a couple more, and then I can start going through other ones. Frank Riker said, can Nick give us a funny little story about Dan O'Herlihy?
Oh, a funny little story. Well, here's a little story. I went to school with his daughter, to high school with his daughter, way before, obviously, I did The Last Starfighter. And
Wow.
That was coincidental. I still talk to Ms. O'Hurley, Patty O'Hurley, on Facebook from time to time. She's older now, it turns out.
Hope you brought enough for everybody, Norman.
I know. Well, Chris
I'm
said
starving.
order some pizza. And I actually ordered some pizza. So
Yeah.
I have nuts to share.
Hey, this is, I don't want to get demonetized, Nick. Christopher Franchi said, everyone's top 2 horror films they'd like to see made into a pinball machine. It's funny. I've thought about this quite a bit because I work with the spooky pinball guys and I'm always throwing ideas. I'll tell you mine because I have put thought into this. And the ones that would sell, that would do good, Killer Clowns from Outer Space is primed for a pinball machine. Wouldn't that'd be a perfect one?
That'd be a good one.
Another horror franchise, I would say Scream. If you did like classic first Scream, would do really well right now. I'm thinking from a business perspective. Is it what I would want? No. Lost Boys also would be a good pinball machine. But anyway, you guys go.
Ooh.
Norman?
American Werewolf in London and The Howling.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, pretty much that comes as no surprise to either one of you guys, right?
How about a Halloween 3 pinball machine with little Stonehenge?
Yeah.
Hang on a second. My phone dropped off my little stand. Can you guys still see me? Okay, there you go.
Nick, do you have any thoughts on pinball machines, like a Last Starfighter pinball machine? Come on.
Oh, yes. The Last Starfighter pinball machine. That would be great. That's it.
Okay, Chris?
Oh, God. I think
Funhouse pinball machine.
Oh, yeah. Funhouse, man.
I mean, there already is a Funhouse pinball machine, but not movie-based.
The fun, like Toby Hooper's the Funhouse, man.
Yeah.
they have a Texas Chainsaw one already, right?
Yep. Spooky Pinball did one. Just came out. Haven't played it yet.
Okay.
Supposed to be getting one. So
I have to say, Killer Clowns is a good one. That would really lend itself to be an amazing pinball machine.
yeah. How about the Thing? The Thing pinball machine.
They
The
haven't
Thing.
done a thing. That surprises me. They haven't done a Thing pinball machine.
I know. The Thing pinball machine would be amazing. All blue, with that blue icy artwork and
Yeah.
everything. And
How about-
bite her head down on the thing. Oh man, it'd be so good.
I know one that would sell to a certain crowd. The
What?
greatest story ever told, pinball machine, The Life of Christ.
How about a Passion of the Christ pinball
Passion
machine?
of the Christ. Yeah, that would be good.
Okay, let's think of everybody come up with the most ridiculous pinball machine idea you can come up with.
That's okay. Nick just won. What's the point?
Yeah, yeah. Yentl, a Yentl.
Skate Town USA. Skate Town
Oh.
USA. pinball
No,
machine.
that's right. That
Oh,
actually is appropriate.
beauty.
It's like a 70s
that would be
skate
really.
down.
I would play the Skate Town USA pinball.
I- I'd be all over Skate Town USA as a pinball
Yeah.
machine.
Yeah.
Actually, a Sid and Marty Krofft pinball machine with all their characters. That
Yeah. Cool.
and even if it's HR Puff and Stuff pinball, Land of the Lost pinball,
Somebody wrote a reanimator pinball machine. That'd be
A
cool.
what?
A reanimator pinball machine.
Oh, yeah.
That would be cool. That would be cool.
Has anyone done a Hellraiser pinball machine?
No,
'Cause
No.
somebody just said that in the comments, and I'm like, wow, that's cool as hell.
that would be a good idea.
How about a thing with two heads pinball machine?
There you
Oh,
go.
That's a great.
And Uncle Nick can pop up once in a while, and then maybe Norman will pop up, and it'll stay up way too long, and people are like, I want to get back to the game, fuck, and then it'll finally go down.
That's the jam right there.
That's
Let's see. Classically Deceased said, for the four of you, which horror icon character is your least favorite? I mean,
Icon
here's the
character.
thing.
I got one, but I can't say. I got one, but I can't say it
Why?
because
You need to
Here's the
work on
thing.
the next show.
Well, I can say it, and I'm friends with the guy that played the character. I mean, I'm Terrifier, Art the Clown. And David's a friend of mine. I rep half of the cast of the movie, but I don't like the film. I'm sorry. I mean, it's I don't. No offense, I don't get why people gravitate to that character so much, but that's okay. I'm old. That's it. I'm old, and the kids are hip. I'm an old cranky man.
I don't think it has anything to do with age. I disagree.
Norman,
What?
a horror icon character that's your least favorite, or that you're sick of?
Your least.
I don't know, man. I'll decline to answer because I
You
don't
guys
wanna
are
sound
both
negative.
afraid because you want work. Nick, you
No,
can
it's not.
say
It's not about the work. It's like, you know what? Like, here's the honest truth. Okay, you guys already know how I feel about Killer Clowns. Okay, so I don't have to repeat myself. But the thing is that like it takes a lot of work and a lot of effort to for people to get a movie made. So it's sort of like I don't want to bash somebody's movie. Like, hey man, you suck.
Well,
It's like so it's fine, make your movies, and there's going to be an audience for what you like. I feel like anybody that even gets a movie made,
I 100% respect that. I 100% respect what Damien Leone has done with Terrifier, and he's a great dude, but I don't have to like it, and I'm not bashing it. It's just not my thing. I don't like gratuitous gore.
Look, you and me we're the same in that respect, because I don't like I really don't like to see a bunch of mutilation and things like that. And I watch really gory stuff. I mean, I love Lucio Fulci. Lucio Fulci has a guy getting his head drilled in in a lathe. I mean, and it's a really, really good effect. I mean, it's fantastic. But I mean, I grew up more kind of on monster movies and fantasy, and I like if something's going to be violent, I like it to be kind of more on a fantasy level, if that makes sense. I like it to be sort of there's a supernatural element to it in a way. Lucio Fulci's movies, they're supernatural. They're always some sort of ghostly zombie kind of weird amalgam of like that only a movie that he can make, you know.
Yeah.
So but you know, the clown horror thing is like just not my jam, man. It's like that simple, and it's not a bag on anybody or anything. It's not my thing, you know. So I would say that anything that involves clowns, count me out.
Brody Kane has a question specifically for you, Norman. Howdy from Australia, legends. Howdy from Australia, legends. Appreciate y'all, Mr. Cabrera. I'm a massive fan of scarecrows and was wondering if you could talk a little bit about your experience being on the set, and did you take anything from the set? Cheers.
Scarecrows was, in case people don't know, it's my first movie that I did in Florida before I moved to LA. It's another one of those movies that kind of somehow got like this cult fan base. And to answer your question, we basically blew up or shot all the scarecrows in that, you know, like I made probably about a dozen different scarecrows, and they were all either shot with you know, like fake shotguns, but like in some cases they used real shotguns and they stuck them up inside the head of the scarecrows and blew them up. So like pretty much everything on that film got burned, blown up, or shot or destroyed in some way, shape, or form. The only thing that I kept was the if you look up the movie poster, the one sheet for scarecrows, the guy that's on the poster, I have that mask. That's the only thing I kept from the show. You know, wow. So I actually have the original, and it's in the film. It's the first guy you see when the dolly's trucking in, you know, to the very first shot of the scarecrow, and that ended up being the guy that's on the poster, and that's the only one of all the stuff from scarecrows that I kept.
Do you have it on display in your house or anything?
I probably should. I just have it in a case, you know, like I have it like it's in my storage, you know, like I just have it put away. I probably should bring it out and like put it into something special, but I've always just kind of kept it wrapped up, you know, like never really displayed it, you know. You know, I love the longevity. You know what I love about horror fans, you know, is that even a really obscure movie like Scarecrows, it will still have like this rabid fan base, you know. Like, I mean, I think that's fantastic, right? You know?
Yeah.
Yep.
Uma, again from Japan, said, will there be another Halloween movie? Will we see Michael Myers on screen again?
Of course you will. Of course you will.
Yeah, you will. But Sean, this Michael Myers has to go downstairs and have dinner with his wife, or else I'll have a divorce.
Okay.
I won't
right. Up anyway.
So I'm going to leave this on, though, so people can look at the masks. And it'll still be going by the time I finish my dinner.
You can turn it off. It's fine. Can't see it. It's too dark to see the masks anyway.
Okay.
Thank you for being here.
Great talking to you, Nick.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you guys out there in internet land too. Bye-bye, guys.
Bye.
Cheers, man. Much love, dude.
Let's see. Creations Galore said, I lost it. Where was it? Damn it. I had it. Oh, here it is. What's a remake you'd want to see? For me, it's Christine.
A remake?
A remake.
Does it have to be horror?
Yeah, I mean, we're probably talking about the horror stuff.
I would like to see a remake of Capricorn 1. That's my vote. Not
I like
horror.
the original. The original's great.
The original's great. I love the original, but I would like.
That's a random one. Capricorn 1. Norman?
I want to see. Can I just project something that I want to work on?
Howling remake.
Surprise, surprise.
They've been trying to do that for years.
I know, and you know what? I'm so afraid that they're going to ruin it. You know,
they will.
So, yeah, and they probably will. You know, you know, I mean, we'll see what happens. You know, like it's one of those things like. You work on a remake or a reboot of something, and a lot of times it's not what you expect. You know, like you know, like when I worked on the remake or the reboot.
Tell me about it, Norman. Tell me about it.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, the funny thing is, it's like it's always that be careful what you wish for thing, because like Planet of the Apes was like one of the most influential movies of my life. I saw the original Planet of the Apes when I was probably still 10 years old, and it changed my life. And it's the reason why I'm sitting here talking about monsters, 50 years later, is because of Planet of the Apes. But I worked on Tim Burton's Planet of the Apes, and it was such a massive disappointment that it's like, it's almost like that, be careful what you wish for. I worked on it. It was Rick Baker, heading up the makeups, and Tim Burton, who at the time I still thought was making really good movies, and and here we are, I came home from the screening of that, and I was practically crying how bad it was, So
I want to remake Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park with
Oh,
Tommy
yeah.
Thayer and Eric Singer. And no, I'm kidding. I don't know.
But you know what? Actually, what's a good idea, Sean? Actually, a movie that's about the making of Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park.
That'd be
Think
cool.
about that for 1 second. Like almost kind of like this, like drama about the making of that film and how outlandish that was, right?
Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Right?
Yeah,
I would watch that. I'd watch that.
100% would watch that.
Yeah. There you go. Free ideas coming out from everywhere.
Let's see. Neo Fighter just says Dracula's here. Okay.
Cool.
An Exorcist pinball machine could be cool. Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
A Saw pinball machine that could be. I mean, that would work in the pinball realm. A Violent Nature pinball where you just look behind the pinball the entire time. Let's see. Last Tango in Paris pinball machine, Jack Owen says. Let's see. Captain Cool and the Kongs pinball machine. Xanadu pinball machine. Schindler's List pinball machine.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Blackwater's of
Private
Echoes
Ryan
Pond pinball machine. What's
like
that?
I said Saving Private Ryan pinball machine, the most unpopular machine that you might ever see.
12 Years a Slave pinball machine. There's some good ones in here.
Yeah.
Ishtar pinball machine.
Ishtar pinball machine, sure.
Oh God, how did we not? Phantasm pinball machine.
Well,
come on.
I'm surprised that someone hasn't made one of those.
Well, I've come to find that Coscarelli is a bit strange with that license.
Gotcha.
I mean, he's just recently starting to let merchandise be made. I think he really kind of slept on that thing. Sometimes people are control freaks over stuff, thinking if they hold out, it'll gain more value, but sometimes it doesn't,
Yeah, it's like a pinball machine. I mean, do they have to meet? Okay, so you probably know more about pinball machines than anybody at the three of us anyway, right here, right? Sean?
Probably.
So,
yeah.
so in order for a pinball machine to get made, does it have to have a certain amount of buyers?
Well, I mean, not necessarily. I mean, basically, it's just whatever deal that the pinball company makes with the license holder,
Okay.
and they have to sit down and figure out, do they think they can make a profit on it, after paying, whatever the Trancas and like who owns the Texas Chainsaw rights or whatever, Scooby-Doo.
Sure.
I mean, because I think I'm trying to think of how many they made of the Halloween pinball. It was something, wasn't it like 13?
1,500.
1,500. I think Texas Chainsaw, they only made like 1,300.
Right.
So they went even less. You don't want to get stuck with a bunch of product.
Yeah, that's true.
And those aren't cheap to make, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think for something like Killer Clowns, it might come down to a rights issue, I don't know. But there's so much fucking merch coming out now for it. You think that'd be easy. Big Trouble in Little Chinatown pinball machine.
Oh yeah, I know. That'd be amazing. I mean, it's just like, those are just pinball machines that I would want, like like, I don't care if anybody else wants them. I want a Big Trouble pinball machine and a Funhouse pinball machine,
Yeah.
Porky's pinball machine. Somebody said.
Somebody said Porky's pinball machine. I'm surprised.
No. Somebody said Stranger Things pinball machine. There is one. There is one. Let's see. Let's
name pinball machines all fucking night.
Now Neo Fighter responded again and said, Dracula is who I am. Okay.
Oh.
So when he said Dracula is here, he was announcing himself.
How's it going, Dracula?
Doesn't Dracula doesn't he? Shouldn't Dracula be more stealthy? Like you don't want to, walk into a party like, "Hey man, I'm Dracula." But you want to be a little more like
Hey.
stealthy about it.
He's new age Dracula. Okay, I think we're all caught up on the super chats now. I can actually look at some of these other ones. I know Chris wants to wrap up here soon.
I'm ready to wrap.
All right.
Let's see. Let's see if I see anything a good
Chris,
question.
did you get bored by the pinball machine conversation?
I did. I got bored by the pinball machine.
Oh, there goes my phone again. Okay. Dropping the phone.
Yeah, Seinfeld pinball machine. What's the deal with the ball going through the hole? I mean, something like that.
All right. So I want to do a request out there. I want people to power question right now. I'm looking at people's questions. Here's your chance, because we're going to wrap this up. Here's your chance. Do power questions.
Questions.
If you guys, if you see anything, say so, we'll answer it as we go.
I do it now.
I just saw
Chris is about to check out.
What's that?
Chris is about to check out.
Ask questions now, because Chris is about to check the fuck out.
I just saw a really good suggestion for a remake, a movie remake. Popcorn. That would be a good remake.
That'd be a good one. Yeah.
Yeah. Thoughts
on Blumhouse
Space, honestly.
What's that?
Plan 9 from Outer Space would be a great remake, because you know why? Because think about the core of that story. It's about an alien race comes to the planet, resurrects the dead to create an army to destroy the world. At the core of that, it's actually a great pitch.
Yeah, it's a great. Yeah, it's awesome. Yep. I would watch Plan 9 from Outer Space remake. Fuck yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna power some of these questions at you guys.
Okay.
Favorite Stephen King film?
Ooh.
Harry.
Shining.
Harry.
For me.
Shining.
Who's your favorite makeup artist and why?
Rick Baker.
Rob Bottin.
Because they're great. Mine would be. I think I gotta go with Bottin. Let's see. Favorite Howard Stern whackpacker?
I have no idea. You're asking the wrong guy.
Next.
I'm going Richard Christie. Just like he's not a whackpacker. He's actually staff. So if you're going whackpacker, I'd go the Angry Dwarf, Hank Angry Dwarf. Let's see. Brain Scan remake, not bad. Best horror movie one-liner quote.
You got to be fucking kidding me.
Yeah.
From The Thing.
That's a good one.
Okay.
A good one.
Now Dracula dude is back on here saying I'm a phantom and can be anywhere at any time, only when I'm strong. Now he's paying $10 every time to say this. That's why bro, keep on telling me what you want to say. I'll keep reading them. Jalen Colesmanberger said $2 more just to take up Chris's time.
Oh boy.
Right there.
Favorite Fulci film?
Gates of Hell. Hell, without a doubt.
Yeah.
A priest kills himself and brings back the dead in Dunwich. That's pretty much as great as it gets. Okay.
Favorite Twilight Zone episode?
Even though the creature's terrible, that the one with Shatner, the horror at 20,000 feet.
Nightmare at 20,000 feet.
Nightmare at 20,000 feet. That was just scared the living shit out of me when I was a kid. The creature looks like a teddy bear, but at the time when you saw it when you were a kid, it was like really scary. And the remake of it is fantastic. Greg
Reardon.
George Miller directed it, right? And Greg Reardon Monster. Thing's fantastic.
Chris.
I like the one with Burgess Meredith. Is that Twilight Zone, the one where he has the stopwatch?
Yeah. Time Enough to Kill. Yeah, Time Enough to Kill, where he's reads books and he breaks his glasses.
That's my favorite.
That's called Time Enough at Last.
Time Enough at Last. That's right.
Sorry if I'm the Twilight Zone nerd with the.
No, I'm good.
I'd have to go with It's a Good Life. I think is that one really fucked me up when I was a kid with the wishing him away in the cornfield. Billy Mooney. Chris, is that a screen use twisty mask behind you?
No.
Okay. Let's see. Favorite Christopher Nelson catchphrase? Meh. That's what meh.
Yeah, meh. Yeah, I would say yes, meh.
Man.
Sean, have you added any new Carpenter props to your collection? When is your HHG episode of They Live dropping? I've started filming that. I've been pecking away at it. It'll happen one day. I did buy a bunch of They Live props from Carpenter, directly from Carpenter. I will eventually do an episode on them. Let's see. We're gonna get close to wrapping this up. We've still got 415 people.
Wait a minute. Somebody wrote favorite Amityville movie, and it said it better be Amityville 2. I agree. You know, man.
100%.
Amityville 2 is just bonkers, man. It's like
Amityville 2 is awesome. I love
Burt Young, like just like flying off the rails, man. Like, and the really super cool makeup effects by Caglione and Drexler.
I will say this: the makeups in Exorcist Believer, I really base those off of the makeups in Amityville 2.
Yeah, it's great stuff.
Yeah,
Amityville 2.
That movie's just gonzo, man. If everyone hasn't seen Amityville 2, you need to see Amityville 2. It's just off the rails, man.
Absolutely my favorite. Tommy Lee Wallace wrote it. I mean, it's one of the best potential incest scenes. And Bert with the I got a 12-gauge shotgun here with anybody trespassing.
I know,
that's a great line.
Burt Young too,
Burt Young,
the most unlikely dad in that bunch that you can think of. It's hilarious.
Now nobody's seen my stupid movie Black Waters of Echoes Pond, but I ripped off a scene from Amityville 2, 100%. There's a scene where somebody walks around a corner and sees one of the twins standing in a doorway, and she's just standing there, and they said something to her. I can't remember the line, but then the door just shuts. Remember when the priest goes, "Hey, Sonny," and then
oh yeah, of course.
I totally ripped that off from Amityville 2.
Disturbing. Like, it's really, really genuinely disturbing.
Really to this day.
Yeah, and that who did the makeup on? Was that also Craig Ridley?
John Caglione and Drexler and
Doug
Drexler. Yeah,
loved bladder effects. Loved them.
Like those guys. They were Dick Smith proteges, as well, and like they did their own thing, So
yeah,
that guy that played Sonny, Jack Manger, I think is his name. I would love to get that guy to a convention. I think he'd be blown away at how many people love that movie.
Oh yeah. God. Yeah, that's definitely.
You gotta look that guy. You gotta get that guy.
I found him, but he doesn't respond.
Oh.
Mitchell Gant says I'm not wearing any pants right now. So I had to
film at 11. From Kentucky Fried Movie. I'm not wearing any pants right now. Film at 11.
Neo Fighter now just said my channel. He's an enigma. All right, so guys, I think we're gonna wrap it up here.
Man, we were just starting to have some fun. No.
We've been on here for going on 3 hours now.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Well, obviously, man, there's still like 400 and some people watching, so that's pretty cool.
We appreciate the support and everything. I mean, that's awesome. Really, I also want to say a shout out to Sean Hamilton, who sent me a super awesome vintage Kiss belt buckle. I really appreciate it. That was very cool. It's already in the Kiss case.
Nice.
Real quick before we wrap it up, because I don't really feel this is something we always touch on. We didn't really get to. Has anybody seen anything worthwhile lately that could recommend for other people, good movies or TV series or anything? The Acolyte's clearly not one of them. That's hot garbage.
Well, this opens a whole other can of worms, but we were going to talk about the first Omen.
The first Omen, which was great.
Really, really liked
until the end.
Omen. The only thing I didn't like the little like kind of end cap thing that they did, like the little
the clearly reshoot,
the little coda that they did at the end. I thought it was completely unnecessary. Yeah, it felt like studio meddling, you know, like
Yeah.
like you know, but
That was
the rest of that
100%
movie,
test
man,
screening
really felt-
add-on.
Yeah, the rest of the movie really felt like an Italian style movie, you know, like I mean, like an Italian 70s, 80s kind of like nunsploitation kind of like, you know, I think it was really clever. And then and conversely, I thought Immaculate was a disaster. You know, that
Didn't
movie
see
was
it.
a mess. You know, yeah,
Didn't-
and that was like it was almost the same exact plot. You know,
That's
like
what I
it was
heard.
like, you know, like I don't know how does that even happen? You know, like there's literally two exactly almost virtually the same plot. You know, so but First Omen was fun, and if you can set aside the last little scene, which I didn't think that was necessary, but other than that, I thought it was a fun little movie, you know.
Anything else you can recommend that you liked, Chris? Anything you saw you liked?
There's a movie. It's not recent. It came out a couple years ago or so that I always highly recommend. That it's not a horror film though. It's called Old Henry with Tim Blake Nelson. It's a Western.
I think you talked about this in a previous episode.
I did. It's a fantastic movie, and it's really, really, really good. And it was something that flew under the radar, and nobody saw it. I saw it, and I was like, "Oh my god, this movie's fucking great!" It's if you like westerns, check it out.
I love westerns.
Old Henry with Tim Blake Nelson, and it's really, really good. So
that's cool. Yeah, I'm into it.
All right.
Okay. Well,
right on, man.
Neo Fighter said, I meant check out my channel, and I love this channel. I'm assuming your channel's Neo Fighter. I will look that shit up because I'm curious about you. And Maggie Matter said, great to see you all again. Norman, your work is awesome. Chris, hope you get Exorcist. Sean, see you soon. I appreciate it. Oh, gee, see, now they're jumping in with the super chats, and I'm trying to get out of here. Brody Kane said, I recommend Scarecrows from 1988.
Yeah, Scarecrows 1988, which was made in 1985, but it was released in 88. But yes, thank you, Brody.
Brandon G said, I see the Nightmare Before Christmas coffee cup on display in the background that I gave Christopher. I'm truly honored, and I love you guys.
Love you too.
And let's not forget to mention eternalcraft.org.
Eternalcraft.org.
We kept saying .com.
Go buy some jewelry. Your wife or your girlfriend or your grandma,
your mistress, anybody.
Anybody.
Yeah.
Just go buy it. It'll be great.
All right, we're getting out of here, guys. We're gonna thanks Norman for coming. We appreciate it.
Always a pleasure, guys.
And thank you, Uncle Nick. I hope you're enjoying your dinner. We're gonna go get some of our own.
That's right.
Yep.
Thank you guys for coming and hanging out with us for almost 3 hours now. We really appreciate you. We love you from all over the world. It's amazing. Be cool to each other. Be kind to each other. Just be awesome, man. Just go out there and be cool to everybody. So
that's right.
It's all good. So thank you to everybody for being here.
Right
Cheers,
on,
guys, man. Awesome job. Always a great time hanging out with you guys. And, you know, I
go see the Ghastly ones.
Ghastly ones.
And you know what? Not only do I like participating in the show, like with you, when you guys asked me to be on, Kate and I are regular watchers of the show on YouTube. You know, like we just watching the one with the thing, like Rob Bottin's sketches, and I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. So, but yeah, you know, we're not only a participator, but also a watcher of the
He's
show.
not only a hair club member, or no,
that's
never
right.
Mind. He's the president.
The hair hat. So.
Thank you, guys. Love you out there.
Right. Good night.
Right. Cheers, man. Monsters forever, baby.
Woo-hoo!
Monsters, baby.